for you connection-wise. So there we go. New stream. Let's see. Wonderful. There we are again. And the time seems to be more appropriate now. There we go. Yeah, wonderful. Back again. Nice. Hello, guys. Hello again. I think most of you already know what this is, but just in case that you only now realize that this stream is starting, this is the ESOC Autumn Championships in the round of 64, a best of 5 between Lazarosvas from Greece and Easy from somewhere in Germany, I guess. And still a tiny bit of lag. If there still is, then I guess you can also... Yeah. Is that 4K? Are you... You are flexing on all of us, man. There we go. Oh, wonderful. Oh, yeah, and by the way, for everybody who doesn't speak German, which is probably a lot of you, ich krieg doch vom Amt is easy, and ich krieg doch vom Amt literally means I'm getting my share from the social services. So, it doesn't make any sense, and it's only fun in Germany, I guess, but yeah, that little intel. What are we saying about the treasures so far? Anything important we saw? And also the goat war is always important on that one.
Commandment. Ready?
Mm, 14. Yeah, for sure. Ooh. Yep, sweet stuff there, because that's an important steal right there. I mean, Lazarus now has, I think, 5 to 7 seconds of idle time, which is not a huge deal, right? But it is a difference. It makes a difference. And Brit on the other side is probably now aging up with that extra treasure, if Easy didn't mess it up.
Izad, thanks. I think horse feed is muted. Yeah, I was. How's the sound
Oh,
prep,
all right.
guys? Game sound
Yeah.
versus mic. Everything okay? By the way, I think so. Lazarus going up with the chief is that's a slow age. First of all, I don't remember which one that is. Do you?
Sorry, which the chief? The chief, if I remember correctly, is the one that gives you.
Horse feed needs to be double as loud in comparison. You got it. Let's try that out.
Just gonna play catch up here for a little. No idea why it is so slow. Weirdly. Because obviously, if you can play in 4K, you can stream in that kind of resolution. But
yeah, I'm not sure what this issue is. Lower graphics.
Stereo, trust me, if you can lower the resolution from 4K to to full HD, and it doesn't change anything, that is not going to do anything. So. Back to the game so far. Brit, looking at, well, 1 house, 2 house, everyone on wood so far. Can we take a look at the deck in the meantime?
For Brit, yeah. By the way, note that Laz got 7 goats. He's got 7 goats on the farm.
That thing is going to pay off like crazy if he cannot. Because if he really eats that up, right, he can just apply so much pressure in H2 where his units are mostly food, especially Aenas, which are a fairly strong unit if they scale well as well. It does make sense. I agree, but weirdly it helps. We're going to try later on stereo. Let's see what the next one does for me. And if I look at the stream, it's just going a little bit slower than usual. So I hope you guys can bear with us on that one. But it is an improvement over the situation we had before for sure.
Yeah. So both of these decks looking pretty standard as far as I know. Though you don't always see Pioneers of Brits. Some people really like that card.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, but this is live, Stereo. This is live. I don't know if you guys remember, but I think it was Optimus versus what was the finals? Was it Optimus versus Kaiser? No, Optimus versus semi-finals or something of the last championship where we saw Optimus win a series because he played Brits with great codes and just fought to battle almost entirely with the villagers. So that was easy. Damn, not a good one for easy. True, true.
Oh, check this out. So we both of them had just aged
I
up.
love it.
We're gonna have an FB war, the Brit Tower going down here, and the War Hut going down over here.
And I absolutely don't see. I don't understand why Easy's going for the forward tower here because I know that they're both going to be up more or less at the same time, but we're going to have the big button in for Honshoni here so quickly that we might have an issue.
Yeah, I don't know about this. Just put it like over here if you're Brit, right? And you know there's a good chance Howard's gonna do something like this.
Yeah, because Honshoni, I think, in my experience, mostly is only two options on a land-bound map where you either go into the opponent for the really fast, aggressive rush in H2, or you do a really well-timed FF where you take the most value out of your units. But I mean, this looks not just suspicious, but this is a dead giveaway to what's going to happen. And that front war is about to happen in a matter of seconds. Big button is probably already pressed for Shoni. No, he does not have the res. Is that possible?
Yeah, so I guess he just wasn't macroing for it, and he did ship 5 Vil first, by the way. We have 6 Tomahawks coming in now, and he'll probably combine that pop with the big button if I had to guess. What was he chopping all that wood for? So he aged up with the... Wait, did he age up with the healer?
Yep. 2 villages and the healer. That's the one. Because
Okay, there he
otherwise
is.
you wouldn't have
That healer really needs to get on the plaza. He even made the plaza for it. So I would love to see Laz like eat some goats and get the big button with his tomahawk pop. We'll see what happens. I guess he's got all his vills on food and that'll be enough. Can let the goats fatten up. 5 Musk are out for Brit, and we just have a tense situation here in the middle of the map.
Yeah, it feels really loaded up because that's one of those weird standoffs, right? I mean, the buildings are not shooting at each other, so nothing's happening at the moment. But both players know something is about to happen. So they are living through their own moments here, I guess. And in a second, the shipment of love for Lazarus is going to be through, probably, as you said, paired with the big button, but no.
There we go.
Yeah,
yep.
There we go. And now it's going to be really hard for Easy to defend this if he doesn't go in immediately. And if I'm Lazarus, I think I would try to get a batch of Aenas out next. Because those units, if the opponent has no stable, would hard counter the musket defense that should be coming out from Brit at this point. Or if it's just not doing it, well, we'll see.
Okay, so Easy just going to let this tower go down. So he did ship 700 wood, 600 wood. I mean, I guess you have to do 700 first, but yeah, I wonder if he wanted to hang on to that tower. Maybe he should have shipped units. Not sure. But tower goes down. Now he's just got to defend without it.
Sounds weird, though. Maybe you can think of it like that. But it bought him some time, the tower itself, because it forced Lazarus to send that 6 Tomahawk as a first shipment, which is not too comfortable, in my opinion, as Haudenosaunee in that spot. You don't want to open up with that kind of unit shipment at the start. I think 4N is or 4 Kani is more useful here. But the fight is coming along. We've got some longbows in the back, and I think Lazarus is trying to make the most of it, trying to get them down easily and quickly to deny the enemy the extra DPS here.
Yeah, good micro
look
there.
Look at that fight. With Minutemen, that's not a fight he wants to take, I think, and surely costly for him.
That was a great trade. He killed all but... Did he kill all the longbows? Yeah, looks like it. Got the minutes out. Now he just needs to back up, hide behind the war hut, and he's in good shape, I think.
Yeah, the question is, though, how much damage did he do with that? How much did he delay the Brit player? Because Brits is on, well, only 29 villages now that I see it, so not that much of an economic advantage at this point.
By the way, the ticking time bomb, these goats are about to go off. Look at that. They were so fat. Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah.
And that's going to turn into just batches and batches of Aina.
Yeah, and Aina is the magic unit here, if you ask me, because the DPS on those guys is not as crazy as on longbows because of the range difference, but still tremendous. And especially in those musk-heavy fights, they're just going to shred through everything that Easy is going to put on the field. So we need some cav, if you ask me.
Yeah, so Easy in the meantime, so that FB push, I'm not sure. It looked like maybe an even trade, but he produced and shipped longbows in the meantime, has 10 more on the field now. Yeah, we'll see what he can do with them.
Yeah, the problem with that is, I mean, longbows win against the Hyenas in most cases because of the range advantage. But if we see 4 Carnias being sent through, that might be quite the military bomb that Lazarosvas can land right on top of these longbows, right? And then the fight is entirely different because mass-wise, it just looks much better for our Haudenosaunee player here.
Is Laz eating his goats? Not yet.
Not yet, but they start. Yeah, they're now walking away from the farm, which is the indicative sign that, of course, they need to be eaten. Or can be eaten, let's call it that. Yeah, Brit is just not on the village numbers that he should be at, if you ask me.
How's the hunt situation looking? So we are about to run out of in-base hunt for the Brit here. And he's going to need to move his vills. Does Laz see that? I think he has a pretty good idea, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully he does. I mean, that's kind of the game you have to play. You have to make sure that your opponent is Brits here, even if he has the villager advantage, cannot really get a big lead out of that. Because if you just deny him the herds and the other resources around the base by just being constantly annoying, poking him out, making sure that you know where the herds are, then you always just can put the pressure on Brits and deny them that economically to fully pay out, right?
Wow,
the
very
Carnia on the way,
prominent European philosopher has subscribed. Thank you, Slavoj Žižek, for the sub. You've been a sub for 7 months. Thank you. Didn't know you enjoyed AoE 3.
Other hobbies, always just a very philosophical game, right? To USA or not to USA, that is the question.
Okay, Laz is
it's
deciding
got a
it's go
stable
time.
there.
He's going to push in
Yeah.
here. By the way, he got a corral up and is producing more
I love
Kanyas.
that. Yeah, I really love that. The problem is that the hyenas are just a bit tankier than the longbows. So if they fight one by one, where both units fight at the same time, it might be less than even the fight overall. But we've got some husk batches coming in as well, which might turn the tides, but not getting the coin, are we? That's a bit desperate. And the anti-cav is in the entirely wrong spot here. Oh, Jesus, that is going to be one messy fight if it happens like that.
Oh, man. Yeah, so Easy was making husks, but he's only got 3 of them on the field, so those longbows are feeling pinched. But good positioning there from Easy. Laz has to back up a bit.
Yeah, and don't forget that we already called Minutemen, right? So that big factor is out of the game. Oh, nice one. Taking down the Explorer right in the front of the base. So very hard for Lazarosvas to get that one back up in a meaningful way, or just to reposition it. So,
Yeah,
good choice.
Sorry, go on.
I just want to say, good choice to pick that as a target when the last shots were being fired, if you ask me.
Yeah, the Hound Explorer, not only is he worth 100 XP, but for anyone who doesn't know, he has an aura which gives plus 10% HP to all the units around, so really good pickup for Easy there.
Absolutely. And those 10% HP also stack, which makes it even more impressive, because that means if you get upgrades on your units, and Haudenosaunee has access to a lot of upgrades in H2 for infantry, then you're going to be stacked for life with that extra 10 HP on top.
Yeah, we've got Conservative Tactics coming in, which is a 10% combat card for infantry. So that's just come in, so not a bad time to take a fight, as Easy is trying to push down the forward war hut. This is awkward positioning, and Easy's taking advantage, so well considered by him. Needs to back up, though, as his units arrive just in time.
Yeah, and Easy is now on a timer, because he needs to break out of that surround. If he can just get that war hut down, then the corral is much an easier target to push back here. But the corral itself has a shipment point, unit building point, and a defensive building at that as well. It's just very, very important to get down to get some more access to the map here.
Yeah, the war hut is saved. Was able to get the repair off, and Easy needs to back off. Ooh, this longbow's looking a bit exposed. Look at that Kanya mass. Wow.
Yeah,
certainly the goats are a big part of that story.
Yeah, for sure. Because then you can just really get on the wood that you need to pump them out if you already have the food in there as well. Haudenosaunee Explorer being there, probably firing his shotgun shot right into the longbows, but down again. And a worthy target, especially with all their cavalry on the front from Lazarosvas here. But I'm a bit concerned, though, about the lack of extra cavalry coming out from the Brit player here, because he needs that cav to equally fight in melee with the Kanyas. Longbows are just, I think, firing on the cav there, which is also not ideal. on the other side, the hyenas are just making short work of any muskets they see, so you can really see that DPS going off there. But reinforcements are, of course, coming in for the Brit player, and that full double batch might just turn the tide in this battle.
Yeah, though on the other hand, I feel like the longbow mass is like the center of Brit's army that is key to winning, and it's down to 6. So that's going to back off a bit, but he's got another combat card coming in, and I mean, in the meantime, I think he can still trade effectively, especially under this war hut.
Yeah.
Oh, he sees the villagers up here.
Ooh, that's brutal, yeah. And we don't have any pioneers in that yet, right? So if we see a fight, it's surely not going to be a good one here.
No pioneers, that's right.
More cav coming in from the left. And I think that at some point, some of those players, or one of those players is going to be without anti-cav, and I think it's going to be the Brit player here. Score is now neck to neck, which is never a good sign for Brit against Haudenosaunee, and yeah, he's running in there. I mean, we're taking some good hits onto the cavalry, but I'm not entirely sure if that's what he wants or if that's enough for this fight. In the meantime, just one cav up in the wood line for the villagers.
Yeah, well done there.
Reason.
All the vills shooting it. And yeah, Easy looks like he's in real pinch here. Yeah, it's all over for Brit whenever you see that.
Yeah, because they all need to be evacuated. Do we have great coats at least, or something like that?
No grid coats even, wow.
Oh, that is brutal, because that means that... Think about it, if they had great coats, right, you could just go up there and just fight it.
Oh, look at this.
Position though for Lazarosvas as well, because with all those hyenas, right, that is a weird fight to take.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, all the Tomahawks are dead, so it's just Aina Kanyan now.
Yeah. I mean, good thing that Lazarus does not have any ups for his cavalry in H2, because there aren't any for Haudenosaunee. And if the cav dies here fast enough, Lazarus might actually not go out of this fight with his units, or not with a lot of them at least, because there's a lot of cav still on the field, and nothing to defer them here.
Wow, yeah, that's an incredible trade for Easy. Yeah, Lazarus just getting caught off guard. I'm surprised Britt was able to get 5 Huss out, honestly, with the resource situation he's in.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he was surprised as well. Jesus. And yeah, I mean, we have got all upgrades now, though, on the infantry from Haudenosaunee, so there's no better fighting potential for them there ever in the game, in H2, than right now with that extra buff. I mean, look at those hyenas. 138 HP, 15 attack. And don't forget that hyenas, Cetans, all those bow units, except for longbows, I think, get not just a 1.5 or 1.25 multiplier against heavy infantry, but a flat 2 times multiplier against infantry, so heavy infantry. So that's a huge bonus. And look at that, Easy going onto that hunting party there and immediately picking up a few villages to try to get back into the game, I think, is what we need to call it here.
Yeah, this is real scrappy. I think exactly what you want to do in this situation, though he needs to pull back those Huss or else 5 Kanyas are going to take him down. Really nice for him that the trees are there, but Lazarus micros 3 Kanyas should get the snare, kills one of them. I think
but that's the good thing. Look at that. I think that was more luck than skill from Easy's side, to be honest, but he got out of there alive because the last one was the one who was already half dead, so there you go.
Yeah. Oh, look at this, though. Easy needs to back up 16 vills idled. Just not doing anything off of the hunt.
Speaking of villages and idling, how many villages do we have overall for Haudenosaunee, by the way? 38 for Brits,
and it's pretty
36.
Yeah, 36.
Yeah. Don't forget that still means it's an advantage for Brits because they have the better gather rate on wood, on food at least, with steel traps not being available to Haudenosaunee. But still, that's damn impressive.
Though we did get at least one of the farm techs from Laz, so I'm not sure. I think it's still a bit less than steel traps Ville, so 0.92.
I think he got the hunting dogs though instead of the farm upgrade, to be honest, because the farm upgrade is much more expensive for the same percentage. But
oh my god, he doesn't have hunting dogs, but he does have the first one. The first one's like a cornucopia, so that means he's gotten one farm upgrade. But not hunting dogs, which is cheaper.
I'm not going to ask you about that one.
I'm certain he just like thought he got it and actually didn't.
Lazarus is probably going to rewatch this later on and then we can talk about it. But yeah, hunting dogs. It's an interesting choice, but it's a choice you can make and we'll have to set.
Okay, so the story of this game now is I think Laz knows that, I mean, there's no hunt here anymore, so now he needs to know that he has to go to the south of the map. Yeah,
and look at the score. I mean, Easy's now behind, and even an even score at this point is just worst for Brits overall.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my god, yeah. The Huss were caught out without the Musk support and got shredded. GG. That's it. Laz takes game number 1.
well played in my opinion, but also a bit of a fumble if you ask me from the Brit player here and there in some spots. I kind of like the map, but that first start with the tower being put forward aggressively was a really weird choice if you ask me.
Yeah, the tower placement. I mean, I don't play Brit, but it seems ambitious to do that against a War Chief Civ.
Yeah, say confident on the one side or maybe dumb on the other, but that's just something I'm allowed to say because I know him. But
I'll let you say.
well, I do like the way that Laz was played. It's very oppressive and very good in balancing out his unit composition, because in these fights that you often have there, you start off with the infantry spam, right, and then both sides at some point add cavalry, and you always have to keep a certain balance for a long time in the game, where you can't just go cav and bows, longbows, Aenas in this case, and then miss out on the anti-cav, because then if you get out caved, you're completely screwed, right, even if you have a bigger skirm mass. And I think that Lazarosvas had the better composition of his 3-part army for the longest time here. Even though he messed up the hunting dogs.
Well, so he wrote about that in the chat. He says, you don't get hunting dogs if you want to press. You need 150 wood and 50 coin, while the farm is 100 wood, 75 coin. So what he means is you have to build the market, whereas you already have the farm. So he got the farm food upgrade early on. And
he's by just explaining it. He's trying to argue it for himself. But yeah, I get that part for sure.
Okay, so we got our Civ picks in for game number 2. Wow. We are going to see a mirror.
Oh, I love it already.
It's going to be a Lakota mirror on, let's see, what map is this?
Mexico. That's a sweet one. I mean, that's a brutal one for Lakota Mirror, because Lakota Mirrors, as you know, are messy as hell these days.
Yeah. So both of them thinking, well, no, so the winner, let's see, the loser of game 1 gets to pick first, right? So
no, the winner, yeah. So easy counter pick with Lakota.
Interesting.
Super interesting.
So give us 1 sec to get into the game, guys. Should be starting momentarily.
And I mean, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, that's hey, almost my wet dream. I do prefer seeing Lakota being played against other civs, so I can learn something from it. But Lakota Mirrors, I don't think I have seen them too often, to be honest. It is going to be a fun one, because you remember those times, right? Especially in Legacy, and I think at the start of DE as well, before they redesigned the entire civ. Lakota Mirror, most of the time, if I remember, was mostly just 700 gold, 600 gold, bow riders to the death, and then you just spam it out in the middle of the map when you finally catch each other. Something like that.
Yeah, that's how it used to be at the beginning of DE, and then I think people figured out that actually you should just kind of play turtley and make bows, Cheton bows, I mean, and maybe some cav, and that tends to do better, I think.
Yeah, it feels really weird to say it, but the way that Chetons, I don't know, honestly. I just immediately always go to Chetons in my
yeah.
Chetons.
You wouldn't expect it, but yeah.
But there we learned something. So the way the Chetons spell just work is that they have very good DPS from the start. I think 16 or 15 attack from the start. And, okay, wind-up animation. But still, they're very fast, especially with the Explorer as well. So you can use them very well to defend those bow riders that also have a wind-up animation. Now can't kill a villager for shit anymore, even if they try to.
Okay, we're in. Game number 2 on Mexico, Lakota Mirror.
Wonderful.
Let's see what we can do here.
Yeah, so the question is, of course, who gets the better treasures here as well, because the mirror is always much closer and a much better, I'd say, measurement of performance, I guess. Lazarosvas starting with 35 wood, which is okay, depending on the start they're going to go for, right? There's 2 main starts they often see. I don't know about, you can please educate me on that one, but the 2 options I always see is you start with a market, sell food, go for hunting dogs and a teepee, a tent. That's your setup. You age with 14 villages and they're good. And then the other one is, I think, what we're seeing right now, where you go for a TP first, or villages on wood, and you chop for markets. Then you sell, buy a little bit depending on your treasures, and get a hunting dogs and a TP and a trading post as well. So the full greed build seems to be in effect here.
Yeah, yeah. So it does look like Easy's going for a
Wait.
TP here. I think most people don't like doing that as Lakota, but I think in Mirror it makes a lot of sense because the two units Lakota can use to siege things, clubs and axe riders, are things you don't really want to make in Mirror. And your opponent, because it's a mirror, has so much mobility, so they can really take advantage of the fact that you're sitting on TP and go radio or something. So I think I like Easy's TP start here better, even though it's a bit slower.
Yeah, and I just saw, because I said, hey, those are the two builds, right? They both did not collect their coins, so apparently they're going for something completely different. So it's just going to be the TP, nothing else, right? Just the tent and the trading post, and that's it. No market, it seems so far.
Oh yeah,
Right?
that's huge. Easy gets 100 food treasure right
Yeah.
under Laz's notes. So I'm really liking Easy's position here.
Yeah, I mean, Easy started with worse starting treasures, if you ask me, but that steal was huge for sure. And that's just something that Easy can be a very, I don't want to say an obnoxious player, but a player where you really play against him and you got those moments where he snipes at one Felk from under your feet, or where he gets the one treasure away from you in H1, and you know that that's going to slow you down for 10 or 15 seconds even. And I think that's just going to happen here as well, especially with that start. So
Oh,
really,
I'm sorry,
really well
guys. Yeah,
played.
Laz was also chopping for a TP, so both of them putting it down at roughly the
Yeah.
same time.
And I do know that both players, or I do know that Easy prepared very well for this one in the sense that he really had his saves down for the maps and then for the possible matchup that he's going to play against. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how he reacts to this Lakota mirror and how he deals with Lazarosvas playing Lakota as well.
So let's have a look at these decks. So we've got Laz here.
Pretty standard, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't always see Earth Bounty. Not sure about that one,
True,
honestly,
yeah.
but it's got the 13 Bison. That's actually not terrible in Mirror, I think. Let's have a look
What
at
do you think
Easy's.
about the new ways, though, if I might ask, in H2, the Arsenal card, basically? In a mirror situation, that is, because that feels kind of off, if you ask me here.
I don't know if it turns into a bow rider war eventually, which I think maybe it does. Honestly, it's been a very long time since I played a long Lakota mirror, but having ranged cavalry caracal could be huge, and you can see Easy does not have new ways in deck. But yeah, that's really only a late game kind of consideration, and Lakota mirrors usually don't last that long in my experience.
Yeah, we're going to see how this one plays out for sure. But in the meantime, obviously 500 score difference, so Easy far, far ahead. There we go now. I
Yeah,
actually
so
don't know where that one's coming from. Probably from the villager shipment not being through for those players so far. No? Yeah, there we go. Closing the gap again.
yeah, so you can
Bow
see
rider range.
Easy's a bit ahead on food because of that treasure.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff for him. I mean, both are going to get, a more or less solid 15 villager age up, right? So 3 minutes and something should be the age up time. Not great, not terrible, to be honest. Especially with 100 food, you could probably get a bit of a better age up time or a clean 3 minute age up time, but who are we to judge in this position, right?
Yeah, I think if I think this map doesn't really have coin treasures, and that can help you do a like a market-based TP
Yeah.
start like what you're talking about. But yeah, I guess they didn't have coin treasures; they just had to chop. I think Kaleli in this situation would say you should sell food. Maybe the math works out on that. Probably, I trust Kaleli. But yeah, they just chopped, so that's why they're a bit slower. So, ooh, fast age from Laz. Yeah, that's what you should do. And I think we're seeing a slow age with
Yeah,
wood from
Easy's
Easy.
not going for the fast one, and I don't like that because I think that is the specific purpose for the market sell strategy where where you don't go for a trading post, right? I think that is the one where you can really afford it to go up with a slower age up because you have that faster age up starting time, and then you can go for those extra resources. If you age up with the TP anyway, as well with the trading post, then you have that extra shipment in H3. You can go fast, that's fine. So not doing it here is a bit awkward. Sure.
And look at this. Easy's brought 3 vills forward for the Warhead, and looks like Laz is doing the same. Laz is already up though. Let's see what he's shipping.
If he's shipping 4x for it first, then this is going to be messy. Okay, he doesn't. He's going for... Well,
6
it's
clubs.
that's still going to be messy if he gets found, right? If Easy gets found here.
Yeah, let's see. Does Laz see it? Oh, he doesn't. Wow.
Whoa,
Of course, the
that is
TP
close, man.
allows Easy to see Laz.
So that is basically perfect for Easy to get that extra information here.
Yeah. Wow. I wonder what's going to happen. So I'm pretty confused by this Club Warrior shipment. Like, they're going to pop out here. So Warhut's not going to be built in time. Honestly, if I were him, I'd just maybe cancel that and reship it like now. Or maybe it will be done in time. We'll see.
I don't
No,
think
I think
so,
just
no,
barely not, right?
Yeah, I think like by 1 second or something. If you look at it, 1/4 of that image is 10 seconds. So it's probably really going to be
Oh,
2,
no.
3 seconds. Yeah, look at that.
They're at home.
That hurts so much, man.
Yeah.
Because now he sees the warhead, right? Now he knows what's up.
Okay, and meanwhile, Easy is up now. Going to ship 4 Axe first, and he's got another shipment just about ready. Laz should as well. Huh, so where do we go from here?
Ooh. That's going to be an awkward fight for Easy, though, because Easy's going for clubs and cav, and Lazarosvas is going for clubs and bows there. So really depends on the micro how this next fight goes, though, if you ask me.
Yeah, and this Warhut is just barely covering the TP, so I don't think it's really a way for Laz to siege it without getting hit. So club's getting softened up. Easy about to pop some clubs of his own. Laz, meanwhile, training Chetan, so that's good for him. Can cover these club warriors that way. This TP is probably going down, so it's a good start for Laz, I think.
For
Despite
sure,
the fact his clubs got shipped to home.
I mean, it's the best start that Easy could have gotten out of Lazarus, if you ask me. So in the sense of the best he could do, or the best luck he could have there. But still, is it going to be enough to hold this here from Lazarus? Lazarus just more timing, earlier batches, all of that, right? But Easy now going for going to attempt to take down Lazarus' TP as well. So
yeah, that's a great
trading
move.
already.
Okay, so the axes are on the field. I don't think. Oh, is Laz? I think they were in vision just barely there, so Laz probably saw them.
Yeah. But it depends if you really, if you just because they were in vision, we're not all those kind of robots that play and just see everything at the same time.
Okay, look at this. Laz is shipping 7 bows, and we've got a very greedy 700 wood from Easy. So I think Laz has a huge window here and do damage.
Yeah, for sure. Easy's probably going to go for the infamous stagecoach play, the Lakota.
Oh
now.
No, Laz! He
again,
shipped the bows to home.
What are you doing? You don't need to make the game fairer. Just win the damn thing, man. Damn it. Oh yeah, there on the left side, trading post is being taken down. Trading post is being taken down, and that's the XP and done. There we go. Question is now, can Lazarus push the forward warhead as well, or can he defend it? What do you think?
Yeah, so here's the thing. As long as Easy can kind of stall, I think he's going to be looking in a better position in like 2 minutes because of that 700 wood.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, that shipment of the boats, they only just got here. Imagine if they had been here like 30 seconds earlier.
Could have easily pushed there, I think.
Yeah, but now Easy has more of a chance to successfully defend this. But yeah, that's still a huge mass from Laz there, and I don't know that Easy can hold this.
Yeah, it feels really weird. But wait, is there a fight happening under the warhead? It
Yeah.
looks like it's some easy trading, but at the same time, it's just being completely outmasked here. Cav coming in from the back, which is a nice feature there. And look at that, the clubs, the bows are going to pop there for easy, it seems. So they are going to be able to really do a number on the enemy pikes. And that's a fight that Lazarus doesn't want to take like this. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well microed from Laz there, keeping the bows away from the axe riders. But yeah, 7 bows comes in for Easy, and suddenly Laz has to back out. Again, like, Easy would not have had those 7 bows out if Laz had pushed when he wanted to, so that misshipment is so
really
critical.
Awkward. And the Cav there, which felt like an awkward choice to start with against the clubs from Lazarus, now turned into an asset suddenly when Lazarus doesn't really have anything or enough to fight that. Clubs coming out now. Oh, with a combined 4x shipment. That's a great pop here right under the warhead, though.
Oh man, I really don't know how this is gonna go.
I think the problem is that the clubs, I really can't tell as well, but I do think that Easy has a good fighting chance here if he pulls his clubs back again now, because those were all not really in range to defeat that anti-cav. And now you see what's happening. We've got a bit more cav on the field, Explorer as well alive here. The rest of the clubs is going to die now, and it's a really weird back and forth, but Easy has another cav shipment. That could be huge. That could be a ruling factor here in this
he
fight.
does have
Because
the
what is
3x,
Lazarus
yeah.
shipping?
I guess he just doesn't have a shipment right now.
Yeah, and that's super weird, this fight. It looked weird from the beginning, and it looks weird still, but now getting cleaned up completely, Lazarus might just resign at this point.
Oh yeah, Laz is cleaned. It's over. GG. Wow, super tense fight. Laz has got to be kicking himself over that missed shipment, because I feel like that's where the game got away from him.
Yeah, that was sweet. I mean, I think that Lazarus, the fast stage was a nice touch, right? We both agree on that. But didn't really take advantage of it in the end. He didn't really get to the point where he could just push it all through, take the tempo, get the units out quick enough. Or he did, but just on the wrong shipment point. Oh,
Right.
that one hurt and was beautiful at the same time, I guess.
So we're tied up 1-1. Easy takes game number 2. Let me update the prediction.
And you guys out there know what that means. That means that we, for sure, got ourselves a game number 4.
Yeah, so game 3 going to be on Painted Desert. We're waiting for the Civ picks.
Painted Desert. That was the one without anything except for the natives, right?
Yeah, that's right. And there are cows around the map. Yeah, Kaleli making a comment, I was thinking to myself that neither player made a TP under the FB. And that's a plus 10% HP. That could have actually really made a difference in that last fight.
That is just so weird to see still, right? Because I remember before the rework, TPs were just damn awfully broken. That was
They were so
absolutely
weird.
freaking insane. That was so, because you could stack them, right? So you could get something like that. And they would stack on each other as well. So it's 10, then it's 21, and so on and so forth. So you would go absolutely crazy with attack as well. And you could just stay in a position. It could not be pushed without mortars and proper defensive play as well. So they're absolutely bonkers. And right now, it's still a very strong bonus that, sadly, as you just said, I think a lot of players are just not aware of. Even Lakota players, just a lot of them are there that just only use it as that kind of eco buff and sometimes as a military buff, which feels weird to see. Cool. But yeah, overall, I mean, we've got Brit so far, we've got Lakota from both players, so sadly, not another Lakota game is going to be there for us. That's going to be there for us, but on this next map, I think Dutch is one of the most played civs. Russia for sure, especially thinking about the last ESOC tournaments that we saw. Painted Desert was a hotspot for Russia, and a lot of the time Dutch and then counter picking Russia, right? Which is a very classic matchup, I think.
Right. But the Civ picks are in. We've got another mirror, India mirror. So
India mirror.
This is going to be a forward Agra war, right?
This is going to be weird. It's going to be. I mean, honestly, I understand. I really understand that you want to play India here, but counter-picking India with India is, again, either very brave or very, well, stupid, I guess. But I think Lazarus is the one who counter-picked India, and he surely thought about this very well. So I'm looking forward to whatever he's going to be able to do here, honestly.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this will go. I don't think I've seen too much of Laz's India, but I'm sure it is up to snuff. All right, let's get in this game. Prediction. Let me do that.
You can leave if you want to. You can leave the predictions to me. What I need though is a stream on Discord if you mind. If it doesn't work, I can also.
Oh yeah, sorry, I
the
restarted the
stream.
game.
That's
Let me do
perfectly
that.
fine. No, just because that happens
Okay.
to me as well a lot of times.
I'll let you do the predictions from here. But yeah, the prediction is up for game 3. Who is going to take it?
I mean, we all know it's going to be India, but who? Which player behind India is going to take this match and get into the first match point position? I think. Yeah, right. It's a best of 5, so nothing too great, nothing too long, nothing too fancy. Especially because you have another one to cast after that. So.
Oh wow, and this looks like normal speed, right? That's good. Okay, so we're in it. Sorry, I need to switch the OBS scene.
That very much looks like normal speed to me. Yeah. India will win, of course. Mazen, thank you for that point. We all agree, I think. Hopefully, us as the spectators are also going to win here because, of course, we're always in for a great show, and hopefully we're going to get it in this one. Also, one thing we do know, not a single cow is going to get hurt in the going of this match, I guess.
That's so true. This is a no burger game.
No burger game. That is a nice one. I like it. And obviously, really interesting, I don't know, but really intense Explorer War at the start of the game as well, because there's so many cows in the field, and India is probably one of those civs, one of the best civs to declare stock, apart from the African civs, if you ask me, because that just generates XP for them. And the XP cow meta, and this is a weird word to say, has been rampant in the last ESOC tournament. I mean, I think Optimus played twice to not just get the cows, but also place down one of those holy fields to buff the XP rates to infinity and beyond. So really looking forward to what we're going to see here if somebody gets enough cow.
Yeah, so both of them using their explorers to just nab cows from around the map. Looks like they're roughly even. So we've got 4 for Laz and 3 for EC. There are a couple more still on the map. I guess this one over here hasn't been claimed. And yeah, these guys trickle 0.12 XP a second, so that's like 1/10 of an unupgraded trade post. I mean, not a huge amount, but if you got 4 of them, I don't know. That's a lot of XP. Half a TP almost.
Yeah, and especially you think about the fact that India is one of those civs that has a hefty, or rather hefty, what's it called, penalty on their XP rate for shipments. Their shipments just cost a lot more XP than normal ones. I think 109% of a normal shipment.
Oh, is it that
or something
much?
like that.
Wow. Yeah.
It is really high, 108, something like that. I think they just juggled around with that over the last few patches. The last few patches, January. No. And that means that this civ benefits from it a bit more than other civs, I would say, because it just enables them to outweigh that sort of fault or that sort of penalty in a quite big way, and meaning that their tempo is just a bit better overall, their economic tempo, because of the shipments generating villages and so on and so forth. It was the same as Germany. No, Germany is 110 as far as I can remember.
So Easy has 1 less cow than Laz, but Easy definitely got the better treasure there. It was 90 food, I think, or maybe it was 80 food treasure for Laz, but Easy got an 85 wood treasure.
Yeah, that's sweet for an age up, to be honest.
Yeah, so yeah, Easy looking to be a bit ahead in the age 1 here.
And we fix the player colors, please. I don't know what you want us to fix there. That's what they chose. Blue and red is a bit too easy, isn't it?
Yeah, we certainly don't want friend or foe colors. It'd be even more confusing switching between them.
So if you guys out there think that this is the same color, you should see an eye doctor for that one, to be honest.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
Color blindness thing, for sure. Carney Martyr from, oh God, Jesus, you greedy man. Easy is going to go for the Carney Martyr against the forward aggro 4 by his opponent. Oh, not even that forward if you look at it, right?
And look at this. Not only is the greedy boy going Carney Martyr, he's only using 1 villager to build it. That is naughty.
Well, that is intense. It's very, again, brave or dumb, one of the two. Only history will tell, I guess. Can you just quickly hover over that wonder again and tell me how many seconds we have left on that? Because I don't know when it started.
Let's see.
74. So he is actually going to be aged at, what, 440 or something like that? So a decent enough time. On the other side, Lazarosvas is building with 1 villager as well, so a much later age of time, actually.
Yeah.
Because he started later, so hope that's going to translate well enough for the players.
Not knowing anything about this matchup, I kind of feel like, because Easy had a bit of an early edge to begin with, and now that Laz is only building the Augur with one villager, I kind of want to give the edge to Easy here, because his eco is just going to be better, and I don't know if Laz is going to be able to do the damage necessary to punish him.
Yeah, I mean, we did see in the first game, right? We saw a Brit who sent through 700 wood, 600 wood, so was able to kind of get his economical, well, his support shipments in. But he still lost to Lazarosvas' very particular timing and very good control of unit capacity and general unit control there, right? So if we see a rather aggressive play from the purple in here from Lazarosvas against this greed, I don't think that that advantage, economic advantage, is unbeatable here. Even though he's fast as well with the age, which is a bit concerning, to be fair.
Yeah. Meanwhile, both players making markets. I don't know that Laz. I mean, he's seen the Carney. I guess he also saw the market. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of those classic scouting markets, right? That just prevent your enemy from running in there with cav and being unseen until he hits your villages. Lopsided Fluff saying, build order player. Who are you talking about, man? So, and ich krieg doch vom Amt finally aging up there. We go. And I don't know, but I mean, he scouted. Did he scout the opponent's Agra 4?
Yeah, he did. He saw
Okay,
everything.
good. That means we are hopefully going to see a barracks soon. Yeah, there we go. Wonderful stuff.
Yeah, so, oh my god, the greed just continues. Shipping forward
Yeah.
logging. Incredible.
That is
wow.
all out greed. And the question now is, do we see a 12 sepoy push here from Lazarus? Because if we don't, then if we just, do some half-assed aggression here, then the scaling might actually work out for Easy, if you ask
Yeah, I don't know about this. He's making, looks like he's going to get 4 Gurkha out and shipping 700 wood. I mean, maybe that could turn into some kind of timing, but I don't know if it's going to work out. We'll see. Switch in the chat saying greed wins out in mirror. It's certainly looking like that's what's going to happen here.
I think Easy did a lot of practice with the Scammer gigs. Moonshine, I can absolutely confirm that. So, I for sure know that I talked about Mexico and then Civ matchups and so on and so forth, but I try not to listen too closely to that, especially when I'm casting these games, so I don't, know everything beforehand. Well, yeah. Honestly, I like the idea of getting skirms out when your opponent scouts that you are aggressive, because then you kind of surprise them probably with not coming in with a very classic 12 sepoy push, right? With just aggressiveness right in your face. But the problem is with that big of an amount of greed, these small pokes and these small aggressions are just not going to slow Easy down, I think, right?
Yeah, well, let's see what Lazarus has in the works. So he's making a consulate, shipping diplomatic intrigue. Surely is going to get the Ottoman delis with that.
Classic, yeah.
Consulate also about to go down, I assume, for Easy. They're poking each other with skirms. He's shipping diplomatic intrigue. Okay, we've got a bit of a fight here. Elephants on elephants. Easy trying to kill the sepoys. Otherwise, it's pure Gurkha from Laz. Okay, this is a nice push from Laz, I think.
Yeah, TC Fire helping as well there, but the problem is that Easy's going to get reinforcements here, right? And Lazarus just isn't. So overall, I think Lazarus is going to lose this fight. Didn't kill a single villager. He cut down on some military, but that's all. And now he's losing his explorers probably. No, wait. He is lucky he gets out of that one alive due to the fact that those Indian explorers do not have any snare on them.
That's right. By the way, guys, keep in mind, so even though the Vil counts are even, Easy has the Karnimata buff and also has foreign logging in. So Laz is really on a timer here to make something happen.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, looks like the explorers are finally going back to base, both of them, or all 4 of them, should I say. What do we get from the consulate so far? Because Lazarus is probably already standing, if I see that correctly. Ottoman, as he called it.
Where are the delis? He called... Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's going to be a very problematic timing for Easy to hold because we've got Skirm and Cav. So Easy is very limited in his anti-Cav options with only a barracks up. So if he gets sepoys, we all know that after the recent patches, the nerfs, recent is a wrong word to use here, but after some patches, the Indian sepoy as an anti-Cav unit has just suffered a lot.
Yeah, yeah, they've been through it. Okay, we got a stable coming down for Easy because he knows he wants to start Zambrak production. It's about time for people to send the delis. Is it go time for Laz? Yes, it is. So let's see when he sees the delis. He sees the delis. Okay, they're in. What is Easy gonna do? He does have
Is he
minutes, so that'll help him hold.
Honestly, it's just going to do the same, I think. Easy also, yeah, beautiful evacuation there. No villager lost to the Gurkha fire. Also, Gurkha just not that potent when it comes to damage against villagers in H2 for sure. Oh, one villager goes down though.
Yeah,
Needs to
finally.
make sure he doesn't lose too many more.
Ooh, yeah, this could be dicey. A lot of those villas are on
That
the wrong
is going
side
to
of
be
the coin
dicey
line.
though. Look at that. He's going to get the cav out there. He's going to get the
Ooh.
snare. He's going to get all those reinforcements. Minutemen as well. And that fight is something I think he can't lose if he micros this properly. Anti-cav, Minutemen on the cavalry there. Zone explorers are there as well. Snare on the skirms as well. Look at that. What a beautiful clean here.
Oh wow, yeah. Nice, and one
Oh,
deli is left alive with half health. Okay,
oh, sours
Lazarosvas.
now. Ooh. That could turn sour for Easy very, very quickly. He thought he had it all done and dig out, but there you go. Another cav reinforcement shipment, and that one is going to wreak havoc on his skirms if he can't defend it properly.
Still got 3 sentries though to push him back, and as we all know, sours are made out of paper, so skirm poke also
Yeah,
hurts.
true, true. That was
Azap's coming
so
in for
important.
Laz, by the way.
Oh, that is for... Oh, and we're going to make skirms, goons in this one as well, seems, for Easy. Decent enough choice. Not 100% sure. But yeah, good in this matchup. Kind of needed now. But the cav is all cleaned up. I don't know if you want to make that batch still, but now he needs to just re-center his economy, get that full advantage again from his Kalimata. And I mean, he's in a decent spot. Look at the score. Oh, never mind then. Jesus. Score not that good.
Yeah, that was a decent push from Laz. I think he killed 3 villagers and got a ton of idle time. There were like 15 villas in that TC for most of that fight. So, well
Yeah.
done. We've got the Tiger Claws coming in now, and Laz is gonna try to go in for the kill with that, I think.
Ooh, that's huge. Yeah, the Tiger Claws are an insane unit to fight against. One thing that worries me though a little bit is that, I mean, how many shipments do we see from Lazos already? I think if Easy now goes for the unit shipments to defend from this, right, and to fight these next fights, he might be okay, right? He should still have the better now that it's going the better economy, even with the lost villagers. He sent in 600, 700 gold. What's that on the ground? So he can really afford to make more units. So we will see how the next one goes, but I think if Easy holds that one, he's good. But look at that skirm mask coming in from the left. Holy cow.
It's a lot of skirms. Yeah, and
That
something
is...
else to consider is that Laz does have a bit more information on Easy's comp. I don't think Easy knows that the ASAPs are out, but now he does.
Yeah, and also Easy just went for the fullest of full greeds that you could go for because he also sent in the villagers from the Ottoman consulate. So he's now on 35 villages, certainly evening out those lost numbers. But at the same time, it just feels awkward to push back here. I don't know if that's a good choice. If he gets caught, he's absolutely toast, if you ask me.
Okay, here come the Tiger Claws. Let's see what happens. That is a respectable amount of Zambrak. I don't know if it's quite enough, though. Well, it's going to
Yeah,
come
you
down to
could...
micro, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be a weird one. Especially with the AZAP. If you do that well enough, the AZAP could just be the carry in this fight, if you ask me. Because they're going to take care of that anti-cav mass in the matter of seconds. Oh, a lot of dead units there, though. Didn't think that it would go that badly. For
Yeah, wow.
Lazarus.
I think all the Tiger Claws are dead now. So, well microed from Easy, I guess. And only a few ASAPs left, so... that was a much better hold than I expected from Easy. I honestly couldn't parse exactly what was happening in that fight, if I'm being honest, but...
I think that Lazarus didn't... I don't think that he microed his AZEBs on the goons all that well. So they were alive for far too long, and that's why he lost his Tiger Claws so quickly. I mean, I was surprised by that as well.
Yeah, that sounds believable. And Laz is going to ship 5... So wait. Sorry, that's Easy shipping 5 Sepoy. And Laz is shipping 4 and logging now.
Osama's... oh god, that
Not
name
the
in
shipment
future.
you want at this point, I'd say, but it's a tough position.
Yeah, now just look at the mass. I mean, overall units, singular. I think everything is just better from easy now. And look at the score as well. I did not think that the fight could swing that hard, but I did. Now foreign logging is coming in though, and Lazarus is trying to catch up with his opponent. And yeah, I agree with Lopsided Fluff. I don't think Lazarus is dead. I also don't think that, because now if Lazarus gets in his foreign logging and maybe even the 4 villager shipment from the Ottoman consulate, then he might be able to at least get something going. But Easy is certainly ahead. I think that's something we can all agree on, just because of the Kani Marta and the fact that he had foreign logging in for longer, mobiles for longer, all those little things, right? And the skirm fight is also not, well, evening out the numbers, it seems.
Yeah, Laz does have more support for now, but look at this comp switch. Oh my god, Easy has 2 caravanserais. And he's pumping out the Solar Rajput. So Laz about to be in a bit of a pickle here. Only 2 Sepoys and 2 Azaps in the way of anti-cav. And it's go time. The camels are coming, 7.5 speed. Gonna wait for a bit more before he goes in.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I guess it's for the best. Laz had 5 Sepoys behind as well.
Harrison, just to inform you, the speed is on fast right now, so that's the fastest.
Yeah, no, Harrison is. We haven't been able to solve the problem.
Well, we might take a look at it later on. I mean, I think Stereo said that if you change something about the graphics, you could probably do something there. But again, we're just trying to figure out some way to enjoy these games here, right? And
okay, here we go. So we're coming in.
So much cav there. I mean, they're made from paper, but damn, that paper cut is brutal.
Okay, good micro there into the little crevasse between the auger and the mine.
Yeah, really minimizing a kind of fighting area, but now again getting cut off here, trying to get his anti-cav units in melee, but I think now it's just a shooting gallery basically for the skirms on Easy's side. And he's just pulling back the cav, deleting as much anti-cav as he can, and pulling back a little bit too far though, if you ask me.
I think I agree with Kaleli. He says the only way Easy loses this is to push, and yeah, I don't know that he needs to be ramming everything into the Agra.
Yeah, it feels a bit weird, right? After seeing how well he outscaled here so far.
Yeah, like
Also
he has
stacking...
to know he's ahead in eco, right? So.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the issue that some of us have, right? I think you as a Lakota player, I think that's one for us as well. Red needs more skirm for sure. Ezra, nice to see you in chat. When we have the feeling that we are ahead, some of us are just built that way, that we like to be aggressive, you know, and to finish the game because they think, oh, we're ahead.
Right.
And the way to finish this game in this case might just be to play a little longer and to take full advantage of your scaling advantage here, and not just push in like a lemming and kill yourself on the rock that is this aggro fort on the other side.
So true. Yeah, so let's take stock here again. So Laz, switch to the Britcons. Let's see. Easy still on auto.
Yeah.
Got the Vils
Another
in,
fight in a mid. How is Laz getting his skirm numbers up so quickly though? Does he have a second Rex or something, or a third one? Even?
So I guess he has a Rax in the Agra. That's what's happening.
Yeah. Easy is not sacrificing, but donating. That's all you can call it. Ooh, that was a lot of dead units for nothing, really.
Ooh, those Vils.
There were literally 2 AZAP. Not true, Swisher. I'm sorry, but you must have miscounted that one. There was at least another, I think, 5 or 10. 5 muskets or something. And if you didn't mean the moment where Easy pulled back his cab, that was a gold moment to just stay in there and kill everything that's on the field. Yeah, that I agree with for sure.
So we got Tiger Claws coming in for Easy. By the way, Camel attack in, but not Desert Terror. Let's see what the cards. Oh, we got a fight coming. One? That's a lot of sour.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way that Easy's playing this. He is kind of forcing Lazarus to, first of all, move a bit slower because he needs to pull back his anti-cav all the time, but at the same time also expose his anti-cav to get fired upon by his own skirms. So he is going to dwindle that number down fairly quickly. Is it going to be quick enough, though? That's the big question here. Because sours only do that much, right?
Oh,
And
wow.
Lazarus just, wonderful usage of that coin mine. I mean, that thing, it didn't give him any resources yet, right? But I think it saved his ass
I wonder if that
twice
was
already if he
intentional.
loses this, if he wins this one.
Yeah, but despite the good moves from both players, I think Easy got the edge here. Yeah, he was charging forward with the sower and made the skirms retreat, but then Easy's Gurkha could just clean up all the Sepoy and red coat.
Yeah, and now look at that. Also, I think Easy still has what's it, the tiger claws coming in, right? In the back
Yeah,
somewhere?
this should be coming right up. Yep, there they are.
Yeah, and there you go.
And it's looking like Easy's gonna clean here.
That was a strong game, and I mean, I don't want to say I called it, right? But you remember when we started up the stream, the first one, theoretically, I said that both players are both players are from, let's say, from the old guard, more on that, on focused on mechanics, on micro, on aggression, on timings, right? On these particular things rather than on big overall meta strategies, revolutions, specific weird one unit monocomp build orders that have been introduced more with DE. And I think what we're just seeing, this intense back and forth, is exactly a result of that kind of playstyle. So I'm really happy we get to see that.
Yeah, this is the sort of AoE 3 that Kaiser Klein would approve of. That's one way to put it.
And yeah, the score lead getting more and more dominant by the minute. Let's look at that. 4K already, so almost 50% ahead here for Easy. Really making the most of his defensive economic play here. But also, just for a second, right? Imagine what will happen if Lazarus at some point goes up to the left, tries to get the coin that has just some cav ready to get those probably 30 villages up on the left upper coin mine.
I was thinking
By
that, yeah.
Easy.
What if he'd found the export for some delis and sent them up there? Those villas are naked, and
Yeah.
he's got to know that Easy's churning through the coin with all the camels he's making.
Yeah, but I mean the mass is just and that's not even half equal, even with defensive buildings. This is just a clean waiting to happen, and I think it's happening right now if Easy tries to be a bit more aggressive here.
Look at that score gap, 6,000 Easy has up on Laz.
Yeah, that's huge. That is so huge. And Lazarus also, I mean, he has his base a bit forward, right? But he is also kind of running out of food now. And I think there's a few cav units also in the back of Lazarus's base at the moment right now. So in the southern parts, there's a red dot on the minimap. I think that
Yep.
one's there to raise and to
3
annoy, and
right?
I love it. Yeah, that's just the way that you play this, and I love it, honestly.
Easy
No
could
Russian,
just
no?
age now, too. Look at that macro.
Yeah. That's a 31 villages. I wasn't too far off there. 31 villages and coins. That feels the way that I play Age of Mythology, honestly. But yeah.
Yeah, Laz looking super dead. I think it's just a matter of time before we see the GG. I don't know. Easy maybe getting a bit careless with his pushing. Like,
Yeah,
he
he
is
is
under the
between. I mean,
aggro,
he's
but
between a TC, Agra 4, and theoretically at least 2 production buildings or 3 even. But look at those batches. I mean, that's 2 calf batches and skirm batches simultaneously coming out there. So honestly,
yeah.
just,
Okay, Laz
and
taps
there's
out.
the GG.
GG.
Well played. That's the only thing I can say there, I guess. I mean, honestly. So, predictions. Easy. 10k points to 5k points, and Easy takes it home. Wonderful. So a lot of guys are lost a lot of points there. I'm sorry for that. But that's just how betting is. You lose some, you win some, I guess. And I'm just reading chat, right? What about Brit? What about Russia? I do think that Russia is a solid pick on this map. Brit, not so much from the experience, or from my experience as a caster, from seeing a lot of the games that have been played on this map myself. Brits just struggles with the fact that while you do have a lot of herds and all that, it's a map that is just open enough that Brit theoretically can get a lot of hunt, but practically a lot of times what's going to happen is that they just get starved because it's so easily accessible for raids and for other kinds of pushes and aggression. That it feels weird to say this, but it's just a badly structured map for Brits, if you ask me, to play from that. So I think Dutch have seen some success, Russia for sure, India as well sometimes. We even saw, I think Melancholia versus Moonshine was on that map, where Melancholia played a really, really weird French native play, but a lot of things are possible. And yes, Stereo, if you're still in chat and would mind giving us a clue as to what settings are the best ones to lower, to change, to just push in another direction, to make this whole thing go a bit easier for us and for you as watchers as well, as viewers, that would be great help, to be honest.
Yeah, willing to try it for sure.
So, and I'm going to take a look at the next one. There we go. Lazarosvas, game 3. So game number 4, and don't forget, we've now got it 2-1. So, I mean, I'm always biased in the sense of I want to see as many games as possible. So of course, I'm going to bet for Lazarus this time. The next map is, I think it was a weird one again. Well, let me look.
It's Saguenay.
Okay, not a weird one, and very classic map, but also the classics are the best for a reason, right? The classics are the classics. So hopefully we're going to see something fun from both players. It is a map. It also defined map spawn. No, so we are not bound to specific map spawn, just a random Saguenay spawn. Doesn't matter which one. But if we have livestock, then France, for example, can surely go up with no idle time with a 12-10, for example, with one little treasure or something like that. You can play Haudenosaunee very well with a water start. Same goes for Japan with water. Basically, any water civ is good there, and you could play Lakota on that map as well. Well, of course, that's out of the question now. Setting for cards so it's moved, not slow. Graphics, yeah, please. That would help, but graphics overall or a specific graphic setting will just help us out a little here, Stereo. In the meantime, players are... Ooh, there we go. Players are making sure to get their picks out. And we talked about how Lazarus is known for his France, right? For his French. And it looks like that is what we're going to get here. So Lazarus seems to be playing the French, and that is going to be a very intense game then already. I don't know the counter pick yet, but that sounds juicy, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sure he's been considering when he ought to bust that out, and he decided later on. So that it's definitely the civ he's clocked the most hours in. So yeah, I wonder what he's going to do about it.
Oh, for sure. And Stereo just said, just low graphics, no fancy stuff. Best advice I can personally give. So very specific advice.
Okay.
I would just
adjusted
leave
some
it
things.
to you, Horsefit. Yeah. And let's see if we already got a second pick. Not yet. I should be out in a second. Low shadows, no SSO. Yeah, I mean, VSync off, FPS maximum. Those are givens, I guess. No blue. Maybe only... All right, and now we're getting... Yeah. Thanks, guys, for helping out at this point, by the way. As I said, I mean, both of us don't really have experience with that kind of bug, right? So... Yeah, FPS to 1. Yeah, you know that small slider you can push from one side to the other, which says max FPS? That is one of those things that keeps bugging people if they don't slide it all the way to max FPS allowed, I guess. But yeah, how entertaining is... I mean, you guys out there, I know that I'm being entertained very well, but what about you guys out there? What are you thinking about the game so far? I mean, we saw 3 games so far. 2 out of the 3 games were mirrors, which is weird enough. If we see a France mirror here, I don't know. I'm just gonna enjoy it, but it is weird that it happened 3 times, right?
Oh, they're
But
in. So I guess we'll find out
Oh.
in game. Let me hop in and see what their civs are.
Yeah, for sure.
So we know Laz is on France. Let's see.
Yes. I'm really trying to think out. Is it blind pick or alternating? It's like that. The first one is a blind pick with a blind pick tool, and after that, the players just pick switching off like that. So the first game is then counterpicked by the loser. Oh, the second game is counterpicked by the loser of the first game, and then they alternate. That way, you kind of have an automated system. So the first game decides how the counter pick system is going to work after that, so that the advantage is not going to be too big on the side of the one that gets the last counter pick, I reckon. Yeah, it's the usual system. It's very usual. Very usual. It's a very classic one. So, predictions for game number Oh,
And
gonna
easy
give
is
you
on the
guys
Germans,
2
by the way.
minutes. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Because easy is, I think, one of the first civs that I really enjoyed playing on top level being 1800, I guess, and beyond, was Germany. Just because of the way that they work, and I think there's a big reason why a lot of the old pros also just like Germany a lot. I mean, looking at Kaiser Klein for sure, for example, and Kevin as well, Malte Optimus. I mean, Angus also likes them a lot as well, I think, because he's playing them very, very micro heavy as well, and I think the Civ lends itself to that for sure. It's just a Civ that, if you ask me, represents the idea of the shipment system and all that stacking power very well for Age of Empires 3 in total. So,
Yeah, doesn't get more
it's-
classic than this for matchups. Neither player has gotten a deck out yet.
I think I actually literally did a deep dive video on Germany versus France on this map in this specific matchup between Angus and Kaiser Klein. So that's Jesus. So that is very classic indeed. What treasure are we trying to get there? That's
The ptarmigans for 120 food.
holy cow. That is a big one.
These polar bears really for the best that they're being killed because they're not long for this global warming world, appearing on the
Oh,
summer
for sure.
version of Saguenay.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for them. They certainly spawned in the wrong type of map here. But for easy, this is going to be huge because I mean, I think Lazarus is too far away to get this treasure at any point, right?
Yeah,
So if easy picks this up, this should almost, should be an almost guaranteed age up with 16 villages, right? I
between
don't
that
think he's
and the
going to
sheep, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
that's what he's gonna do.
What is France going to do though? Has France? No, France does not have a house yet, which is, well,
So we've got a
theoretically
12-10.
good for France.
He should eat that sheep now.
Oh yeah, I think he should have eaten it already, if you ask me, because then he could be aging right about now or something like that.
Yeah, guess he's busy with the treasure here. Oh, he got the food treasure. That's nice.
Yeah.
Just in time to click up.
Stereo is saying this map is free 12-10 for France. Still, theoretically, if you get the sheeps and if the sheeps are on the map, right? Winter doesn't have the sheeps, winter spawn. Yes, it can be, but with that kind of sheep, well, eating ability or lack of that, I think Lazarus just cost himself a couple of seconds actually. So like 5 to 10 seconds lower age up than you could have gotten there.
Yeah. So meanwhile, we do get the 16 village from Germany. Really nice. Only idled for a little bit. He did eat the sheep, by the way. So let's see what exactly Laz is going to do. Putting down a market. Probably going to put a house down next. Don't see any CDBs going forward yet. That's probably just to herd. Maybe he'll make a barracks too. We'll see.
Yeah, one CDB building a forward building would be, sorry, it would be a bit weird for sure. What is that treasure though? That should have been a hefty food treasure as well. Looking at the Guardians there.
Oh, this one. 100 food. 2 bandit
Yeah,
riflemen.
imagine that one being there. Then I think that would have been an idle S1210, like literal idle S1210. So like 205 age up something.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, hunting dogs are being pushed through Germany, aging up with a very solid age up, and that's of course something that Germany needs here. If you
Look
have
at this.
12-10
So
from
Germany
France-
walking by this herd
Ooh.
sees the moose getting herded. I don't know if he noticed it as a thing.
If he did not, I mean, that would have been a wonderful tell, right? If he saw that, but if he didn't, then that's just trouble for Lazarus here, and very risky trouble for Germany here. So the scout is going that way. I mean, I guess that Lazarus is going to. What's he going to put down? A Rex, forward Rex, and then just rush in there, or full Rex stable even? That would be a bit weird.
This looks like a Musk pressure build order to me, but we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, the macro looks like that.
So yeah, I guess Easy still probably doesn't know this is coming. Maybe he suspects it, just because he knows Laz and knows this matchup. Yeah, there's a barracks.
Nice, so that's going to be Musk at the front. I mean, infantry spam is difficult to hold for Germany if Germany has a bad age uptime, especially against 12-10. But here we don't have that. So I think he might not be that effective at annoying Easy with that aggression here. But Easy needs to scout this, and sooner than later for sure. Otherwise, he's going to be in big trouble.
Absolutely. Steel traps coming in for Laz, so he's got all of his market ups. Let's see what Easy's going to do. Of course, we're shipping 3 settler wagon. Are we going to see a Rax or a stable first? That's what I'm wondering.
Can I just point one thing out, which I know I really, yeah, as a person, I like Easy, right? But as a player, somebody has to tell this man to put goddamn 2 caravels in the water deck. Because it doesn't have any anti-water capabilities in these decks. That is insane.
Yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, Laz did pick his pond deck. Yeah, I mean,
super classic. Yeah.
Maybe he just knows Laz never goes water. I don't know if that's true. Maybe it is.
I wouldn't know, but hey, if he does, well, there you go.
Okay, and we are going to see a Rax first.
Great scouting. Yeah, we've got those 2 Ulans, which are going to be annoying or just helpful in detecting those skirms, that barracks to the front. I'm a bit dismayed that we didn't see that, or that Easy didn't see it yet, I think, right?
Well, honestly, at this level, I feel like Easy could just assume that this is a certain thing Laz is going to go for, so maybe he didn't even bother to scout. But so he does see Laz going for this treasure here. Can he snipe the polar bear for the XP? No. Backs up. And that's 100 wood for Laz. That is so huge. Wow.
Absolutely, yeah.
Crossbows being trained at home, meanwhile, by the way.
Blind crossbows is a very brave move, so he must have suspected something, because otherwise, a lot of times, especially with that fast age up, you would see calf starts, right, where you go 4 Huss at the start or something like that, and then you can just, you have that kind of timing where you, as France, just, Germany can't really catch up with you in calf numbers. That's at least from what I get about this. And then it's a really hard fight to get even again if you're playing as Germany. But France started with musketeers, and there you go.
So Easy gets a snare on the musk, allowing his crossbows to have an easy time. Looking like if he micros this perfectly, 2 musks should die. Nice.
Yeah, that's easy for you. That's literally, that's the thing I talked about earlier, mechanics, micro, that's his thing. And yeah, beautiful display of showmanship there.
Yeah, so that's a great way to start this age 2 for Easy. And Laz was working on the TP with his 5 musk, but he's going to back up now that he doesn't have anything for those crossbows yet. He is adding a stable, though. Let's see. Does Easy spot it? Not yet. Has to suspect it, though. So far, his crystal ball has been working for him.
That is true. At the same time, Huss Musk, that is a terrible combination for Germany to fight against, right? Because you don't have any musketeer type unit. You can't really. You need something to kill the musketeers, but pikes are also needed to kind of defend against cav additions. And then you are in this uncomfortable spot where you always have to put your pikes in front, and they get shot down, and then you have to make more pikes. It's just really awkward to fight with a civ that doesn't have musketeers against Huss Musk. So let's see what Easy makes of it and how he plans to fight this properly.
Okay, so Easy sees the musk going for the TP again. I wonder what he's going to do. Kind of an awkward point right now because he's waiting for the wood to train more units.
Super awkward, yeah, I agree.
So he's got a poke. I think he still doesn't know about the stable. Yeah. He has to be in the back of his mind, though. And indeed, Laz is training a bunch of Huss.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, do we have any cav on the way now? But yeah, those 4 Huss are really a big danger to Easy's army here if he can't stop them with the cav combined with the pikes, which might be possible if he takes a good fight, right? But then again, it's going to be scary if it gets caught in exactly this position.
Oh man! All right, so the crossbows. Oh, it's so spread out. The crossbows over here by the musk, but you can't stand and fight the musk. A bunch of Huss are out. So Laz also shipped 3 Huss. He's got 7 on the field.
That's so GG. That's so GG at this point. I don't want to call it here, but look at that. That's just Easy is being caught out on all ends of the battlefield at the same time. There's
Easy's
one
so
Huss,
dead.
one single Huss on those crossbowmen.
Yeah, wow, that is a complete clean for Laz. Easy got cleaned. Laz is fine. And what do you do from here? 5 pikes at home being like, I don't know what to do.
I think the first step, and I'm pretty sure about that because I think that's something that also people like Kaiser Klein or Ezra Optimus would do in this situation is take their head and bang it against the wall several times, very, very hard, right, to compensate for that error right there. Like, Jesus.
Okay, Laz
That was
did
just...
throw 3 Hus into the pikes, so that's something. Looks like Easy is thinking to himself that his only way back in is to age and somehow survive. I don't know if he's actually going to let those dops come in. We'll see about that.
I think that's more, you know these shipments, right? These defensive shipments that you send, unsend, unsend, and so on.
Yeah, there it goes.
Oh, so close to the age of you need that food, man. You need the food. You know it yourself.
Oh, it's excruciating, yeah.
2 villagers somewhere on the map hauling ass because they really need to get it. Jesus. Like a good choice to put out the settler wagons though, because they are very, very hard to kill here, right?
Yeah. So, a player like Laz has to know exactly what's happening by now if he doesn't see more Germany units out. He knows Easy's trying to age. So, he has got to ram it in, just do as much damage as he can. And how is he going to choose to do that? Looking for some vills, not going to find any though.
Yeah, so far so good. But if he finds the one guy up there building emergency houses, that might also be worth a pickup. But at the same time, I think score is meh, right? I think that's the professional way to call it. Meh. So Germany
Yeah.
being behind, but also getting to that stage where they want to be, namely age 3. But at the same time, they also sacrificed a lot by shipping a lot of H2 shipments already and staying in H2 for quite some time now. Well, yeah, Dops are out, and the next fight, if it happens, might be not so good for Lars, depending on how well he micros it, to be honest.
I'm kind of surprised he's going all the way out here with this. I would think just
Oh,
stay
God.
base and age. And I think he is going to come to regret it, despite the fact he gets the connect.
Yeah, I think that Easy's going to end regret this here, right? Because look at that. Of course, he loses a lot of musks here, but I think Easy is going to be caught with his pants down again outside of his base.
Man, I don't know, though.
Nice.
Easy did kill a lot of stuff there. Those dops did work. So maybe
think
it's,
it was
it's a
worth
fine
it?
trade.
I think, just cost-wise, right, I would agree with you. My problem with this is that that we just saw die there, all this army, was all that Easy had. There is nothing else in his base right now. So
Yeah.
he's getting a shipment in, of course. He's getting 1 batch of skirm, but good luck. Good luck defending this with the...
Oh, good move
that
there. He
much.
cancels the 5 batch of skirm because they would have popped right out into the Hus. He's going to wait for the war wagons to come out, and skirms will come
Yeah,
out a bit
beautiful
later.
stuff. Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
good
that's
move
beautiful
there.
stuff. And also look at the emergency house population. So those 3 houses there in the back really, really helping him out here.
Yeah.
And with Minutemen also as an option, he might be able to just barely defend this. The Huss have to go first, of course, and there's just not enough crossbowmen to effectively counter the war wagons there, I
Ooh,
think.
Easy going to be able to catch these reinforcements.
Yeah, Minutemen coming in now as well. Bit of an awkward space to have them pop out there, but okay. Skirm batch is also not getting filled up. Ah, that's unfortunate. I think this is the moment, and we all know this moment, all of us who are H1+3 players at least, where you're just completely and utterly not able to follow along with all the things that are happening on the map at the same time.
Yeah. So I think what happened is Easy sent some Mulans over there. They died to the Hus. And yeah, Easy's army now is just these 3 war wagons.
Yeah. It looks really sad and probably feels even sadder if you're playing it yourself. Oh, no, Lars is backing off. I don't know why, because you don't want to lose more Huss here, right? But he almost got Easy backed up into the corner, which would have been the prime spot to get him in, right?
Yeah,
And
I don't
now
know.
he's-
Easy might be okay here, because the thing about Musk Hus is it's really hard to kill vet war wagons with it. Hus are a bit faster, so maybe they can get a snare, but in the meantime, they can micro against you, and they do so much damage to Hus.
Yeah. And honestly, it sounds weird, but if Easy has the Dobson in his deck, I think the 5 Doppelzöldners in H3 would be a great choice here if you could prop them on the opponent. Doesn't look like it.
Sadly, doesn't have
Sad
'em.
to see that. You don't chase 3 war wagons. I get the idea, I get what you're talking about, Stereo, but the point is that he almost had him backed up down into that little spot where you can come in from the one side and then just get a snare on that, but yeah. Just contain H-type GG. We will see. Lazarus does not seem close to aging, and neither does he seem close to typing GG, I guess. So
No, yeah,
a really close 4th game.
I think you just have to stage too and try to kill if you're in this position as Laz.
Oh, and he is about to kill from what I can see here. I mean, even with the reinforcing batch of units. Look at that.
Oh no, yeah. These war wagons need to run. Oh no.
The
Yeah, you
villagers
can't let
need
that
to run
happen.
into different directions as well, because that's going to be just one big slaughter right there. Never mind. Lazarus apparently also suffering from that general. Oh, the cav is there tanking for the villagers. Villagers are tanking as well. Muskets not doing all that much damage. The war wagons are on the musketeers as well. Skirms as well. So I think Skirm Goon just chases the French army out of base now. And look at the score difference at this point.
Yeah,
Where's
yeah.
all
So
the
that
settler wagons?
that 8 skirm shipment came in, of course, with 3 Ulans. I'm not. Were they in that fight? I guess they were.
Yeah, yeah. They were basically the first front line against the cav mess that chased the villagers
Right,
earlier.
right.
So I
Yeah.
think they held for 3 to 5 seconds. Not a long time, but long enough to take 1 or 2 shots with the war wagons and therefore just evening out the mass. A really beautiful thing to see here.
Yeah, yeah. Gosh, I don't know what to think. Yeah, the skirms are getting connected with the Huss now. 2 war wagons die, so that's great. That's what Laz needed to take the war wagon count down.
So after seeing our 2 players getting a full overload when it comes to micro capacity, now the now the casters are overworked as well here. I mean, look at that. The fight looked so good for Easy just a second ago, and now both players left half dead on each side. I mean, at least Lazarosvas is not fighting in his base, therefore the pressure is not all that immediate onto his economy. But at the same time, he is in a big disadvantage now with Huss Musk against Skirm Warwagon with the potential to add a 9 Yulin shipment. That is huge. Still feels very France favored. I think there's a lot of different opinions in that one. I think with France these days with the 12-10, they're insanely good against almost all civs, right? If you know what you're doing with them, that is.
Something really huge pointed out in chat is that that whole time the 8 settler wagons were in the town center when Laz was in his base, and that's 16 villagers being idled. Like ideally you want to have those out and your real villagers in the TC. So that was like a bit more eco damage than in the sense he should have taken there.
Oh, that is brutal. But oh god, I think he's not going to donate that. Easy needs some sort of more locked up
9
base.
Ulans coming in. Let's see what happens.
Oh god, if you didn't see that, if Lazarus didn't see that, that might just be the thing to turn the tide here.
Oh god, yeah, I don't know if you saw it.
He is backing off. He knows that they can come any minute, and I think that's just the great quality of a good Age of Empires player. You know about these things, right? You know that there is probably going to be that big batch of Ulans about to come out and ruin your day. And now, reinforcing skirms, we've got cav, we've got war wagons, just a few of them, but still, I think Easy is in a very decent spot to take this game here, depending on what Lazarus can push out with the next fight. I like the cav massing though, because that is still hard for Easy to deal with.
Yeah, this is so interesting. So, Laz has definitely got the far better economy at this point.
Does he though? Does he?
Well,
28 villagers, so 36,
36 to 34, which is actually, what is that?
25%
Like 40 something.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a bit better. Not vastly.
It's a bit better. Yeah, and that's the point, right? Sorry for being so aggressive on this, but I think that's the big point here. There is a lead, but it's just not big enough to compensate for the better H3 shipments from Germany. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Julian's in chat saying cancel your shit in Age like 30 seconds ago when he was producing a full batch from both of these. That does sound like the right call at this point. Like even just let the FB die. Like it's fine. Like you have map control, you have more eco.
And you probably have all your cav upgrades on your cavalry already, so you translate that into cures and yeah.
Yeah, here's the other thing. He's out of shipments now. Like what does he send next? Eco theory? It's not ideal. For sure.
Because the war in the wilderness doesn't affect anything he's in the field right now, right? Except for his wills. And if Lazarus has to fight this with his villagers at some point, I think he's not in a good spot. I mean, he isn't at this point anyway, but let's see how this one continues.
Yeah, so
he has no 600 coin in deck. Oh god.
Oh, Laz, no, you're making more units? And yeah, no 600 coin. I guess he took that out for the water deck. I don't know. I feel like you should get rid of Advanced Warfare instead.
Yeah, for sure. And oh god, Easy needs to watch out though as well. If he gets caught here with his pants down again. I mean, he really does not have a lot to fight the musketeers. I think he is a bit too confident in his war wagons to take the fight, you know. Uhlans
Yeah.
are there, getting surrounded, getting slaughtered like the meat they are in this scenario here. I don't know really.
I'm
I
kind
can
of
hardly tell you.
surprised. I feel like Easy could have done more to micro that.
I think his idea was to just, you know, block down or lock down the opponent's army with his cav and then do the DPS part of this fight with his skirms and war wagons. And it worked, kinda.
I guess that's
Worked
right. Yeah,
kinda.
Laz still can't really push in here. All the skirms are alive in the war wagons.
I fully agree with Stereo on that one. Not great, but not terrible, yeah. Resetting army count is better for Germany anyway. True, with the age advantage for sure.
Yeah, Laz is
just
floating a
think-
lot of wood. People are pointing out in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're microing this hard, it's just so easy to lose track of your economy.
Yeah, that's what just separates the top 5% of players from the top 15, right? That this ability to also keep your macro in check, even under pressure. That is just a huge part of the game at this level. Then
this is
war wagons
such a-
can beat all of France's army. True. His Musk Mars was fine. These Musks just don't shoot half the fight. That is probably true as well, because those guys were so focused on meleeing the cav, and I think he put all of them in melee mode that it was a bit awkward to see that. But score still quite tight.
MFG, check this out. We're double batching crossbows. What do you think of that?
I think that Lazarus is now at that point in the game where he needs all the coin he can get for his cavalry, and that's a very weird spot to be in, because normally you only see that being reached when both players, so Germany and France, are there already, right?
Yeah.
That's when okay, all the coin needs to go in cav, but in H2, it's awkward as hell to have to build more more of those infantry units, more of the crossbows,
Okay, so
because you're just getting all ranged all over the place with that.
yeah. Okay, so we're about to have another big fight here. Huss charging forward, try to connect with the skirm. Well microed skirm, duck behind the war wagons.
Yeah.
Crossbows are on the map now, though, and they're going to be focusing the war wagons.
Yeah, the question is if you can do it quickly enough, right? Because the cav numbers are already dwindling quite fast, and the skirms are just decimating the musketeers.
Yeah, look
I
at
think
this.
something. Yeah. And the cav is what he needs to catch this army. That's the big point here, right? He can basically just kill all 3 Huss here. Yeah, look at that. Everything's dead now, and that's the entire French army made into some. Yeah, they can't do anything without cav. That's the point. The sooner the cav dies, the sooner Germany can just take advantage of the range and then the general unit composition here. And I think, yeah, look at the score, look at the trade.
One thing to point
I mean,
out at this point is that, yeah, so Easy's almost out of hunt. He's going to work on this one next, but that is on the battlefield. It's still 1 full coin mine remaining until he has to go to a contested one.
Theoretically, there's one in the south with TP, right?
Yeah, I suppose that's pretty safe.
But that's the very last choice, and I think the game might be decided before that. Another big Ulan shipment is coming in, and of course not that useful against so many musketeers. But if you put them in the right direction, then you can just force a fight anywhere in the map. And I don't think that just with that shipment, Lazarus was able to out cav his opponent anymore.
I'm laughing
You
MFD
see the
because look at
caravel.
what he's shipping.
Jesus Christ! I just saw it as well.
We're
Well,
out of
that's kind of a
shipments.
desperation. Yeah.
Eco theory's in. Oh wow, we got a scout here, getting familiar with the Ville. Yeah, I don't think he's. Well, I mean, he did
It's
scout
just not
that
close
with a
enough.
scout. So,
Yeah, but
okay.
he's not close enough. Even if he denies that coin mine, I mean, that's not worth it. And the next fight is there. I mean, we've got a lot of reinforcements, actually. I'm surprised. 1 Worgen dead. If he kills the war wagons, right? He is sending all his musketeers into melee again. Against the Uhlans, not too bad, but they're not going to fire onto the skirms. This fight is going horribly bad for Easy, if you ask me.
Yeah, this
That
is
was
a
a
bit of a
terrible fight.
miscalculation. Wow, his war wagon count is in the drain, and somehow Laz is staying in this game.
You know what Lars could have also done? I mean, look at the macro right now. He's a shit ton of food, no coin at all, but probably just putting all his villagers on the next coin mine. This is slowly but surely getting a bit dangerous for Easy as well, if you ask me.
Okay, and the caravels are connecting with the settler wagons on the coin mine. None are actually gonna die. Ooh, that one gets close though.
Ooh, there was one, right? That must
Oh
have
my
been.
god, yeah, one of them died. At least one. Wow.
Yeah, just live to tell the tale then, but Jesus.
So that's a hit to Easy's economy. No coin, splitting 1,100 wood at the moment. Wow.
He still has 1,000 coin, which is super important here because that is that emergency shipment, right? Usually used to get skirms out, to get an extra batch of war wagons out, or to get the big mercenary shipments out. But in this case, that might just be his last chance of getting good access to coin before having to push out onto the map properly.
Yeah, wow, I'm amazed at how this game has been evolving. Yeah, so he's going to bring everything down to this coin mine. I'm sure Laz knows that's what he's going to try and do.
Swisher Guts saying in chat, at this point, not aging is just some kind of mental condition. Well, maybe Moonshine can chime in and tell us something about that.
So true, so true.
Or Dennis also sometimes suffers from that mental condition. That's a great way to put it.
Okay, wow,
only
okay. Easy somehow got back to 10 war wagons, so...
Yeah, that is huge.
Yeah, Laz is going to try to come in and disrupt this hunt operation. Not too many huts, but a ton of crossbows. Okay, reinforcing batch of 5 huts going straight into the war wagons. We'll get the snare, though.
Sweet meat grinder, that is what I call this.
Snipe him. Boom, there's one.
1,000 coin is, by the way, the next shipment, so that's a good one. Or not a good one, but that tells that Easy is in a bit of a desperate spot here, slowly but surely.
Oh my god, and
now
Easy's bleeding village. He's lost at least 5 so far.
Yeah. Oh, what is that? Oh no, that's good. For a second I thought we had cuirassiers coming in from red, which doesn't make no sense at all, but well, that's not the point.
Got
He's now
blunderbuss in, by
chasing...
the way.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. All his vills are forward now. Lazarus is preparing for the next bit fight to happen with, what do we call it? Popular support or something like that? Seems nervous. Oh, it seems nervous from both sides. Don't forget, Lazarus, if he loses this, he's out of the tourney already because Easy won the first two, or won the second and the third game. Cool games as well, a cool series overall, to be fair. So this game is already match point, so we can understand why both players are not willing to resign early on here.
The last card available to Laz right now is coming in, Wilderness Warfare. Going to give the CDB plus 20% hit points. Worth noting, by the way, that Easy is back on this coin mine with some vills. Laz's caravels aren't checking it.
Imagine if he just quit making all those units that he's making right now, right? And he still has a coin mine to the north of his base. That is one of those coin mines that people always forget about. Or is it... No, it's not there anymore, is it? For Lazarosvas.
Which one are you talking about?
This one. It's still there.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had that coin mine, you could just, let the front base fall, pull his villages a bit back. He still has one herd up there as well. Oh, never mind. Big fight is happening again. More cav reinforcements, but also from Germany. And now we come into this sticky spot again. We talked about it earlier in Haudenosaunee versus Brits. In this composition, 3-unit composition, if you don't have enough anti-cav standing at the end of the fight, that the opponent still has cavalry, your skirmers doesn't matter at all. So this fight, positioning-wise, doesn't look too good for Germany, honestly.
Yeah, the Musk connected with the Ulans fully, which is great. Crossbow's been focusing war wagons, which is also what you want. Some Huss still on the field for now, but... oh, I don't know.
And
yeah,
again,
3 on the field.
More dead villages. I am super surprised by this. This fight is going terribly wrong for Easy at this point, I think.
Yeah, that's so much vill damage that just happened. So how many settler wagons? We're on 7 settler wagons, 29 villages total. Compare
36.
That to Laz, 40 CDB.
Wow, that's 50 villages.
Yeah, so Laz has more of the map. It's a real struggle for resources at this point for Easy. So that hunt is done, and like what? He's got 2 mooses up here, I guess, but the caravels are going to protect him. He's got this hunt down here, and that's it. So what does he do? What is he doing for food? He's gathering no food right now, but he's sending the Black Riders.
Yeah, and that is a great card because I think Black Riders, usually the intuition is that, okay, yeah, the crossbows are going to counter it very efficiently, but at the same time, those guys just have such high HP pool that if you don't hard focus them all the time, it's very hard to kill all of them just with crossbows, unupgraded crossbows in H2. So a wonderful card extremely strong, especially against Hasmaski, and I do like that choice.
Check this out. We got a dock down for Laz. Guess we're committing to H2. I guess I can see where he's coming from. He's thinking like, oh my god, Germany's score is still higher. I can't age. How could I age? I do think he could probably get away with it though. Ooh, we got a scuffle down here.
Ooh, that is dangerous, yeah, because now both players know they are down there, so the next fight is probably going to happen down there as well.
Yeah, so Easy was trying to get the outpost on the coin mine, but no sir. CDB's already there. My gold, thank you.
And also, by the way, saying thank you and taking water is what Lazarosvas is doing at the moment, if I see that correctly.
That's right.
Always
He's got
got
the dock down, making boats.
And I think in the right upper corner as well, so if Easy lets this go on for too long, he might... Oh no, never mind. Wrong call by my side.
Okay, Black Riders are on the field. When is Laz going to see it?
Late is the answer I'm looking for.
So let's wait for it. Husk's going to charge in.
Oh
no,
no,
there it is.
Oh yeah, that's a surprise you don't want to see coming back at your birthday.
So this is critical for Easy because this means he can move on to this hunt now. And oh my goodness.
Oh
this
yeah,
might be game right here. Look at that.
Yeah, that was so beautifully done in my opinion.
They're all
that
gonna
was
die.
Wonderful.
All of them.
And that is the part, that is the fight they needed to fight it. Coming back in equal numbers now, even though Lazarus is trying to get on towards, but Lazarus just not being there with unit quality since he's still H2, and with the Black Riders, there's also no way that he can make enough Hus to really connect with the Skirmars here.
No. I think this is looking pretty over for Laz. Yeah, plummeting down to 30 CDB. So he's going to just go in for one last fight, but I think Easy's going to clean here.
Yeah, if Easy doesn't do any really weird, I delete all my units by accidentally pressing Alt, Enter something shit, then he has this in the bag. And a messy game from both sides.
Yeah,
holy
super
cow.
scrappy. That was a real treat to watch.
Was it entertaining? Yeah, because I think the messy games most of the time are the more fun ones, right?
Yeah.
Extremely clean ones are cool as well, but look at that. That was a back and forth, and I think for the longest time, none of us was really able to tell who was going to win it. Germany in the early stages looked really desperate, right? But coming out swinging when they hit H3, and GG, well played, ladies and gentlemen. Holy.
Wow, what a game, what a game.
What a game indeed, and GG, well played to both players. What else can we say? I mean, what a show for us to spectate, to cast as well. Wonderful last game as well. I'm a bit sad, though, after that performance from both players, that we did not get to see game number 5.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
So
Vorondon in chat saying, sad that it's already over. Laza was about to fully commit to H2. I feel that comment, dear sir. I do feel it. Lily saying I was expecting all 5 games. I think we all did expect it. Sorry, yeah, please go ahead.
No, I don't even know what I was going to say. Yeah, he probably just needed to find a window to age there. His economy was better for most of that. It's just that Germany had veteran units and better shipment value, and that's what made the difference, I think. Also, of course, he had to make crossbows. Not really what you want.
Yeah, I think that point, especially when you start to make crossbows. I mean, you can somewhat fight the war wagons with it, but I fully agree with you. That was the point where you really saw, okay, he's now desperate for resources, even though he has the entire map, so something has gone wrong completely here. And right, that was also the point where Easy started getting in a better position when it came to the fights, I think. It's funny you guys talking to each other while looking at the opposite sides. That is just the unfortunate thing. I think we both have a second screen, right? And mine is on the left, and I guess Horsefeed, yours is also on the other side screen. Looking like a couple that's not speaking with each other anymore. Well, yeah, that's the vibe we're going for here. That's ESOC. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the cast so far. I am thankful to have been here. My name is MFT. Thank you, Horsefeed. Wait, you're over there. There we go. Thank you for letting me cast with you, and also for spontaneously taking over production. That helped a lot, and we all saw it down go much, much smoother. And Wonderful casting as you, with always. I hope we're gonna someday get the third one done as well.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure it'll
enjoy
happen.
the next series, man.
All right. Thanks, MFD. Catch you later. Good game to our players.
And also, I think perfectly in time with a 5 or 10 minute break, depending on Sipcha and is it consensus? Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So
For the next series.
don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to take a short break, and our next players in the round of 64 are going to be Consensus and Siebia, maybe. It is.
Sipcha. Just
Siebia.
I can tell you, I can that easy, and I know them both. Sipcha, just Sieb and Ja. It sounds really dumb and weird, but in German it works.
Oh, it's German. Okay, got it. Thank you.
It isn't German. It just with a German pronunciation, it doesn't sound as weird if you say it. But then again, German sounds really weird when you say it, so it balances each other out.
I see.
So,
Okay, guys, 5
guys,
minutes. We'll be
signing
back.
off.
See you later. Well, in a sec. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the round of 64 in the ESOC Autumn Tournament. So thanks to MFD for casting the last series with me, and joining me now is Mr. V. Hello, Mr. V. How's it going?
Salutations, everyone. I'm glad to be here, Horsefeed. Loved the last series. That was I was really wanting that to go to 5 games. I was sad that Laz wasn't able to push that last one, but yeah, really, really nice back and forth games there.
Yeah, that was incredible legacy play that I'm sure many people were hoping we'd get when we banned all the DLC sifts from this tournament. So
I'm happy about it. I love legacy civs. I'm an old school guy, so I was a little sad I didn't see any of my beloved Dutch, but maybe I'll get them in the consensus versus Sepja. Did I hear that right from MFD?
yeah, I think that's right.
Oh, awesome.
So our players are getting ready. We should be off to the races in a moment here.
Now, I know a little bit about consensus, but I gotta be honest. Sepja is not a player I have ever seen play before. What do you know anything about him, Horsefeed?
I was just gonna ask you. No,
Oh,
I think I've like seen his name around. I am like vaguely aware of him as a part of the German community in AoE3, but that's really all I know.
okay. Yeah.
So
I'm going in completely blind, and even with consensus is someone I've only seen a few games of, so I'll just have to be kind of calling it based on the gameplay itself. I won't be able to make a lot of inferences on anything else that they do.
yeah. So if any Germans in the chat want to fill us in on Sepia, then we'd be curious to hear it. But yeah, consensus I've seen a bit more of. He streams occasionally. He's Turkish. He plays a lot of. He plays a lot of
Ottoman,
legacy
right?
civs. I don't know if I've ever seen him play DLC. So this
I
tournament,
know he
is
plays
happy
quite a
place.
bit of auto, but that's about the only civ I've seen in replays. But yeah, I think you're right. A lot of legacy. I guess while we're kind of waiting here, for anybody that's just joining, so the way this is kind of laid out, the Autumn Championships, as far as picking games, every civ gets used once, no matter winning or losing. So, every guy has to play at least 5 civs if we go to a full series. And then I think the map pool is, let me see if I have this right. It's Kamchatka for game 1, then it's Mexico, Painted Desert, Sag, and Fertile Crescent. I think I got that right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I wonder what they're going to
legacy.
pick. I think I've seen Cons play Brit. I think he plays a decent amount of Brit, and that's a popular pick on this map, I think.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what both consensus and Sepja go for, because with legacy being the only civs you can pick, you're definitely limited in your options, right? So you don't have access to, what is it, 6 civs, or are there more?
Ethiopia, Hausa, Malta, Italy, USA, Mexico.
And then Inca and Sweden, right? So 8 civs.
Or Inca and Sweden. Yeah, Sweden, I guess, for sure. I guess
Yeah.
Inca, yeah. Technically not a war chief civ.
Yeah. So I mean, it definitely brings down your pool of possibilities, quite a bit down. But I wouldn't be surprised to see consensus pull out Brit, or maybe even Otto. Maybe he tries to pull out that civ right away. But yeah, we'll be interested to see.
So we're still waiting for word on our players. I wonder what's going on. They were around like 2 minutes before the top of the hour.
Well, this actually gives me a good chance to do some research on consensus.
Okay, never mind. They're in game, and they didn't tell us
Oh,
what
really?
they're playing. So let's get in there. Could somebody, maybe you, Mr. V, set up the prediction, and we'll tell you all what their civs are since I'm in the game.
Yeah, I can certainly try. Let me see.
You can type
Been a while
slash
since I've
prediction.
done one.
Okay, so we've got, you called it correctly. We've got consensus on auto.
Hey, look at that.
And Sibia is on Spain. So let's get in there. See what's going on.
Perfect. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my access changed, but it doesn't look like I can do a prediction from my end. So if anybody is available from ESOC to put a prediction in the chat before we get too far into game one, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, if some other mod could do it. Rosado, I see you in the chat. What's your excuse?
But yeah, Spain versus Autos. So I mean, you have a battle of two very age 3 focus civs. Although Auto's been going into age 4 a lot more with their special mosque builds. So it'll be interesting to see who plays the more passive game and just tries to tack up, and who maybe tries to be a little bit more aggressive. Especially on this map, you have a very kind of obvious center point of the map that you want to seize, not just for the trading post slot, but also it just gives you a lot of map control. You get access to another hunt, another coin mine. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who decides to take the first step out of their base.
Yeah, and looking at the age 1 here, we got a good goat start for Zebia, getting 2 of the goats from the middle there, but both players missing the other batch of 2. Both players putting down TPs.
What? TP from Spain and Auto?
Shocker.
I'm amazed. Actually, some pretty good treasures on this map, and ones that are pretty easily takeable as well. But with Spain having the extra war dog, it'll definitely give them the advantage in finding and taking the treasures. But since both players built the trading posts, neither is really losing time or giving each other an advantage on finding those treasures.
Yeah, the juicy ones on this map, I think, are in the middle, tend to be. So we got 70 wood and 80 food, and consensus looks like he wants to go for it. Yeah, he's going to do the food. I think Zebia has vision, he does, and he sees it. Going to bring his explorer and the dog. So this is real risky from consensus. I don't know that he's going to get away with this.
Yeah, especially since he's taking these guardians pretty far out from the treasure. Hopefully, when he starts taking out that second leopard, he moves in before finishing it off. Otherwise, he's going to leave himself in a very vulnerable position for a steal here. But I think Sipja is deciding either not to go for it, or maybe he didn't fully see it, because at this point he's definitely not going to have time to seize it.
Yeah, I guess he might have seen it and thought, I don't have time to go contest that, or it's not worth it. But yeah, consensus gets away with it somehow. So, and he's gonna go for the 70 wood now. Man, I don't know what's over here. Steve, yeah, you should go to the middle. But
Yeah.
okay, it's too late now.
No, I mean he picked up a small coin treasure, which when you come across those, they're great to take. But I feel like players can especially get a little bit distracted by them, maybe miss out on some juicier options.
So let's take a quick look at the decks here. So we know exactly what Consensus's game plan is from looking at this. We're not going to see double racks Jan Rush. He's looking to go straight up. Let's see what Zebia has. Also a very 3 and 4 oriented deck. Not too many 2 shipments. Though that's like, if you're going to have that few H2 shipments, I'm surprised you'd have these 2, the Briggs and the age up cheaper card. So that's curious.
The Briggs in general are just an interesting choice. I think, it's pretty established that they are one of the worst mercenaries that you can get in the game. So, I mean, it's better than nothing, but still, if you're looking to fast age up, you don't really want to be dropping 500 coin on crappy musketeers.
Yeah, when I see this card in people's decks, I think like Dutch, for example, sometimes has them for the reason that it can help you hold age 2 pressure, and it's like Dutch only has so many unit shipments in age 2, right? And It's like 8 pike, 3 huss, and that's it. So
Yeah.
they
But
can be
even
helpful in that
Wargelders
way.
at
Of course,
that
you don't
point-
always ship it. Maybe it's a similar thought here.
Yeah, it's possible. And I mean, he also has the town militia, so he is certainly prepared for some sort of pressure, but that's definitely not what we're going to be seeing. Ottoman not putting any forward vills down, not really going for a barracks or a double barracks right away. I think it's going to definitely play out in Age 3 here. And I think, did Consensus have the Moss cards in his deck?
Oh yeah, let's have a look. No.
Okay.
Honorable Ottoman play. No church
that.
decks.
I mean, he still has a lot of, he still has a lot of stuff in Age 4. So, industrial play is certainly not out of the question. He has the 1,000 coins. So maybe if he sees no Falk Rush or no Rottleiros coming from Spain, he just decides to pull the trigger and go all the way up to Age 4.
Yeah. So, Duber gonna die for both players. Very sad. Doggo stays alive. Margarita lives to tell the tale.
The dog's name is Margarita.
That's right.
My
I think that's like the Spanish analog of a name like Marguerite. I think it would be in French, for example, or Margaret in English. Yeah,
Are they all themed on alcoholic beverages? Is there a tequila?
I think it's the other way around, where the alcoholic beverage is named after a woman. If I had to guess.
I see. I see.
And I'm kind of confused that he just walked away from the 80 food treasure. But okay, let's see what's going on here. So, Age to the Tower, Spain did, doing standard Spain things. I guess he sees Consensus's deck, and ooh, interesting. Thinks that Consensus will just not age. Ooh, got the oh my god, Karimb spy here.
Oh,
Kills the
gosh,
Spanish
I love
explorer.
spies. Whenever I see spies, you know you're in for a good series. They are such a fun unit, and oh my god, do they just do so much damage to explorers? Didn't even
Okay.
stand a chance.
So look at this. I feel like Consensus just did an incredible bluff. So I think Zevia looked at Consensus's deck and thought he's not going to make units in H2, and then he did. And that tower's toast. Because what does Spain do in response? Put down the racks and make units? No. So the
No.
tower's just dead.
Yeah,
So-
and I mean, he's sending Rottleiros, which, against Janissaries, as long as the Janissaries kite fairly effectively, those aren't going to be super useful. But, I mean, he sent 700 coin, 700 wood, and then the Rottleiros. So, now clicking up to Age 3 at, 5 minutes and 46 seconds, that's a really good age up time.
Yeah, so I guess how Consensus adjusted his build order from standard FF is he shipped 700 wood first, and that let him put down the racks. And he's oh, is he committing to age 2? What? No, he just has spare wood. He's still gonna age. But he's putting down an artillery foundry. He's also getting the second TP.
I like that. I think going Jan Avis here is actually going to be a really effective composition against what Spain is probably going to be making, which is a mass of rods, lancers, and then probably some artillery. So I think as long as he kites well, as long as he gets good positioning, Ottoman should be able to take those fights pretty cleanly.
Yeah, that sounds right.
What's
So-
the villager count, by the way?
The villager count. We've got so Spain just got 5 villas in, so we're at 23. Otto's at 22 because we got 5 villas somewhere in there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, first thing in H2. That's standard. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Consensus is going to be doing a lot of damage with these 10 Janissaries, and it's going to be a while before any response can come from Spain. And I mean, just look, he's already seized 2 of the trading posts. I don't know if he can seize that third one. Is it too close to the Spanish
It's definitely
town
too
center?
close to the TC, yeah, but
Yeah.
he'll at least be able to kill Spain's TP on it. Nice scouting Jan there. Sees everything that's going on. Sees the 4 Musk coming. Consus is playing this perfectly so far.
Yeah, he's been playing this really well, and he's been adapting really well to what Sietz's been doing. And now Musket's coming out. I don't think that's really going to scare him off. I think he's definitely going to get this trading post down. And now Spain just feels, I don't know, the age up just feels a little bit lackluster. It feels like he, his resources are kind of scattered. Otto's going to be up to age 3, almost right behind him. And yeah, I mean, just seems like it's a better spot for Consensus right now.
Okay, Consensus knows he's got to back up. This crossbow's coming, but okay, he gets out in time. All the Jans are safe. Yeah, like you say, I think Consensus is just so far ahead now because he spent that little bit of extra time in H2, which gave him so much. He killed the tower, he got the second TP, and he killed Spain's TP. So let's see what Zebia can do to get himself out of this hole.
And
Wow,
one other thing I
1,000
want
wood
to
coming in
point.
first, by the way.
Oh, wow. One other thing I want to point out is that, Consensus, while doing this somewhat aggressive build, he has not really sacrificed any of his economy, right? We've been seeing the market upgrades coming in. He's staying on a relatively close villager count, and, as auto, that's actually really impressive. So, I mean, definitely not going all in, definitely making sure that his economy is able to continue the pressure.
Look at this. Consensus just keeps sending like one Jan in to see what's up, and I think that's a great move. Sign of a good player.
Yeah.
Also sign of an AI, but in this case we can tell he's not an AI. He's a player.
Yeah. Well, now that the two Falcons are coming out from Consensus as well, it's definitely going to come down to artillery micro here. And if Seeptra just kind of wanders into the base, we know that Consensus knows where the Falcons are. So he's going to have the advantage of being able to know where their location is and possibly get off the first volley.
And look at this. We got the TC at the bottom of the map while the TP is dying to Falc pressure because he shipped that 1,000 wood. So, yeah, this is a move Auto will often do, and I think Consensus especially is fond of it, where you sneak TCs around the map and eventually you outscale without your opponent even realizing what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, got a Colv on the way, by the way, from the artillery foundry.
Oh man, that's just going to make his advantage even bigger. I mean, there are Lancers on the map now, so they might be able to maneuver around and get at those Falconets, but as long as Consensus has decent control and he's got the water that, allows him to kind of have that bridgehead against any push. So, yeah, still looking really good for Auto. And with the second TC, he's now going to start outscaling Spain's economy pretty quickly if Spain doesn't do some lasting damage here.
Yeah, GBS got to do something, but this, honestly, Consensus looks fine, especially with that one Culver in. So this is going to come down to micro, exactly how it shakes out. Let's see. He still doesn't know about the Culve, doesn't know where Consensus's army is. Consensus, of course, knows everything. Let's have a peek.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to come in from the trees. That's perfect, because the Lancer's going to have a hard time pathing around it.
And both players getting the veterancy for their muskets, and oh, this is going to be such an ugly... Oh, that volley.
TC's
Not
up,
quite
by
able
the way.
to take out one of the Falcons yet.
And one of those Falcons is surely going to be toast soon. There it goes. Lancer's going to charge in. Nice drag box. Wow.
Oh, that
really
was
well
so
done
impressive.
by Consensus.
Yeah, gets tons of free damage on the Lancers, and they weren't even able to make a single attack. So really, really good micro there. And yeah, now it's definitely looking heavily favored for Autumn.
Oh, you know what's really going to be really funny now is he's going to run right by this TC.
Oh,
Be like, what? You had a TC?
oh man. I almost wonder, some players, that would just be GG. You see that your army's weaker, your eco's weaker, your map control's weaker. Maybe
Oh
you
my
just
god, yes.
call it.
And I was going to say it. Consensus should call minutes, and he does.
Oh, this is such a good catch.
Yeah, incredible. I think Consensus is on his way to clean here. Skirm over there for Spain, awkwardly. Oh yeah, CBS toast. GG.
Yeah.
Very well played by Consensus there. That was super convincing.
Yeah, and props to him for breaking out his top civ right away. Just the confidence of I'm gonna play auto immediately and see what you can do against it. And that was a clean win. You can tell he's played auto a lot. And auto is one of those civs that, can almost outmatch Spain at their own game, which is that fast fortress play.
Yeah, so let's go right into game two. I think the players have started or are about to start. We've got Zebia on Lakota and Consensus on Spain. On the map is Mexico. So yeah, Lakota, a very popular pick on that map in this round of 64 so far.
Yeah. Well, congrats to any Spanish mains out there. You're getting treated in this series.
Yeah. Okay. There's the game. Let's get in to game number 2 on Mexico. Lakota for Zebia versus Spain for Consensus.
This is a matchup you don't see a ton of. Lakota versus Spain, at least not nowadays.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, and on the map, Mexico. Man, we almost got even a little bit of historical accuracy in this matchup, too. I love it.
That's right. That's
Well-
right. Yeah, so just to spell it out for everyone, the reason why Lakota is so popular on this map is Lakota really likes Stagecoach because they don't have too many things to crank their economy, especially when it comes to wood. And yeah, taking the Stagecoach and getting wood that way just allows you to crank out so many units.
Yeah. And another thing is it just allows them to use their starting wood much more efficiently because they don't need houses. So, besides the market, trading posts are a great way to use that wood and have it pay back pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, Spain going to do the standard thing where they build the TP not at the closest socket, but one on the edge of the map.
Oh, man. Just look at that guy. Horsefeed, I'm sorry. I got to go on a rant here. I cannot stand that Lakota Explorer. I cannot stand him. He is the bane of my existence. Look at how fast he is. Just
Yeah.
zooming around the map, stealing treasures that he hasn't earned. Oh, man,
I think
sorry.
it's probably not okay that he snares in Age 1. I think at least if he snares, he should snare in Age 2 and onward only. It's just crazy how
Right.
annoying the Explorer can be in Age 1.
I cannot tell you how many times I have been working on like an 80 wood or a 100 food treasure with my Explorer, and I think I'm safe. I almost got the Guardian dead, and then this a-hole just zooms in on his little horse and just steals my stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'm done. I'm over it.
On the other hand, if you're in the Lakota, it feels really good.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does.
Okay, so let's see. Zebia gets 80 food, which is nice for Lakota. Usually, without a food treasure, you have a little bit of idle time, so it's going to help him out. Meanwhile, I guess we got 2 dogs now for consensus. One of them from the treasure, so he's got a lot of scouting done with them. So let's have a look at these decks. Okay.
Same deck, I think, for
Pretty
consensus.
balanced Spain deck. This Lakota deck, yeah, heavy H2 as it's got to be.
I was just gonna ask that if you think Lakota's gonna go for something H3 themselves, or if they're gonna go for kind of that infantry mass plus Axe Rider shipment and just try to pressure Spain before they can get up, which that's gonna be a tough task for Sepja because Spain is just so quick in their age up that unless you're able to get in their base by the 6-minute mark at least, you're gonna have a hard time doing any lasting damage before those powerful H3 shipments come out.
Yeah, so Lakota has options here. By the way, it's Scuffle over this 65 wood. Wow, only 65 for 3 coyotes, huh? Oh my gosh, consensus, you should have had that. Okay, so he gets away with the 65 wood treasure. That's really good for Lakota. Those Age 1 treasures help so much. But yeah, this is one of the rare matchups where Lakota has options. A lot of matchups you just have to War Hut Rush. But you can FF in this matchup, and the reason why is that Rifle Riders are really good versus Spain. So Spain doesn't have any Dragoon shipments. I think, right? I mean, certainly in this deck you don't see
no,
any.
they don't.
And they don't have
have
any
a lot of
skirm
anti-cav,
shipments either.
but
And so to
no.
counter Rifle Riders, you need to produce them. You can't ship them. And Spain wants to be making rods and lancers in some amount, usually. And musketeers, by the way, all of which Rifle Riders counter. So FFing is an option for that reason. So we'll just have to see what Zebia's going to do. But he's putting a TP down. And
Yeah, I
sending
like what
2
you said
villagers
there.
forward. So probably going to be
Yeah,
a
that's a
warhead.
really good point that you made, especially because, versus Spain, you need units that have really good kiting ability. Otherwise, you're just going to get snared by rods and you're just going to die. But Rifle Riders are one of those units that can basically kite rods, infinitely with taking very little damage and still being able to kill those units pretty quickly.
Yeah, the attack animation on Rifle Riders is just crazy. It's instantaneous. I feel like maybe it shouldn't be that good. But yeah, rods just feel really bad in this matchup for that reason. Rifle riders just melt them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a war hut. Consensus doesn't see it yet. Probably expects it. She's gonna go for the Hulkin, I think. Oh, with Janie the pet jaguar. Or
Oh, man, he's got a
jaguar,
little-
if you're British.
And he's got a little animal army over there.
Yeah, look at this.
Usually it's Lakota that's dragging a bunch of guardians around, but the tables have turned.
Yeah. Okay, so he's up with wood. Shipping 4 axe riders first. Gonna pop them out of the war hut.
Such a strong shipment.
Yeah. So he's not gonna go for the 700 wood stagecoach build, which has definitely been the meta, but this is still a strong opening. He's gonna train clubs as well to take down the trading post. Meanwhile, Zebia does get the Hulkin. This is the old version, I guess, which is actually a like pike unit, I guess, instead of a mus.
Yeah. And I would bet that Consensus is trying to get up to H3 as quickly as possible, going with the defensive outpost. He has the coin and sending 5 villagers. So, I would not be surprised if within the next 60 to 90 seconds, he's already clicking up to H3.
Yeah, he should be well on his way here between capitalism 700 coin. Oh yeah, he doesn't even need 700 coin with capitalism and tower, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's something Spain does.
And his herding here has just been excellent. I don't know if these Axe Riders are going to be able to pick off any of these vills.
They really shouldn't be able to get more than one. Yeah, almost lost one there, but saves it. Ooh, the Hulkin gets a whack off, but that snare is not enough to keep these very speedy Aztec Lakota horses from running away.
Yeah, and just a little thing there that Consensus did that I want to point out. You see a lot of players that, the raid comes in and then the panic sets in and, just all villagers go into the TC. But really nice job by Consensus only putting the TC villagers that, are getting attacked and keeping the rest gathering and not just panicking and shutting down his entire economy.
Yeah, definitely a sign of a good player that you don't overreact with the garrison. So, 700 wood coming in now. This looks to me like Zevia wants to stagecoach and stay in H2 a bit longer. Yeah, there's the second TP. Stereotype says just 2 TP fast semi into rifle riders IMO. I think that does sound like an appealing option, I agree. But we'll see how this goes. Consensus just clicked up with the... Oh my goodness. I don't know about this. So the bishop comes with a TC wagon.
Oh,
so that's
man,
pretty
that is greedy. That is very greedy. Still has
anyway.
Minutemen that he could call here.
Yeah, meanwhile, Zebia pushing in with some axe and Chetan. In low enough numbers that Consensus shouldn't really be worried, but does idle in a bit.
Yeah. I just don't know. Rushing Spain always feels a bit weird to me because they're so quick with their FF that it never feels like you can do much before they're already in H3. And so I like going for the TPs, but keeping this in H2 for Sipcha, I think that the tech advantage for Consensus is just going to be able to bowl this infantry over.
Yeah, we'll see. I think if he ships a Falc first, then that's probably the scariest thing for Lakota here. But okay, it's going to push in while he's aging again and get some idle time. Probably doesn't want to go under TC. He's also getting information this way.
And just looking at his composition, the one other thing that I'm a bit worried about is he's kind of playing into that musket rod playstyle that Spain really likes. Because he's going heavy infantry, Consensus will be able to make rods and falcons and play the way that Spain likes to play, and he won't have to worry about getting kited as he would if he was up against rifle riders.
Okay, there it is. That's a lot of tempo right there. Time to fight.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's the
Yeah.
TC wagon, not 4
Well,
Hus.
Yeah. I mean, imagine you get 4 Huss or 8 Pike or even 8 crossbow to matchup with the Cetans. And I'm wondering where he's going to go with this thing. Is he going to try to get out to that second hunt and coin mine? He's going around the edge of the map.
Oh my god, consensus, look at this. So not only does he get the TC wagon, he's shipping Spanish gold first.
Oh my god. Okay.
I don't
Well,
know
I
about
mean,
this.
You know what? It might be okay. I mean, he's done a great job herding. He hasn't lost. I don't think he's lost any vills. Maybe one or two. You know, he's got a decent batch of muskets. He still has his Minutemen now from two
Exploring
TCs.
the backside. Wow.
Yeah, that's exploring the backside is what ZBS should be doing right now. But I think if I were in his position, I would just never. It would never occur to me to think maybe he shipped the TC wagon with the age up.
Yeah. At this point, I'd be wondering where the two Falcons are. Not, oh, I should be looking for where his second TC is.
Oh my god, 1,000 wood to follow that up. Maybe it'll work.
Is he allergic to unit shipments? He's got a ton in his deck. And he hasn't. He's had like what, 3 H3 shipments? No, 2, and he hasn't sent a single unit yet. But to be fair, he hasn't been pressured. He hasn't really been given cause to send units.
Yeah. So looks like Ziba's gonna push in a bit, see what's going on. Is he aging yet? No, fully committed to H2 for now at least. Oh, he probably wants. Oh no, he doesn't have the Cheyennes index, so I thought that's why he had all that coin, but because he just wants to. Does he have a corral yet? Yes, he just made one.
That Lakota mass is starting to look pretty scary, and you know we have a 4 trading post line, and so yes, Consensus is sending a lot of great eco and resource cards, but Lakota's certainly not falling too behind with a full trading post line.
You know what? Now that I see this, so yeah, Lakota does have the stagecoach line with 4 teepees, so that's great. But Zevia just scouted and now can tell like there's no Falc push coming, so he's gonna age up as soon as possible. So that means he stayed H2 for that long, making those units for no real reason. It turns out, when he could have aged sooner. And meanwhile, Consensus got away with Spanish gold and 1,000 wood, and now he sees the TC that he has as well. He's probably shocked and confused.
Yeah.
So that, I don't know. I guess this puts Consensus in a position where, despite the fact Lakota has the 4 TP stagecoach line, he's eventually going to outscale.
Yeah, and Consensus has a really juicy timing opportunity here because there's going to be a point where Sipcha is just getting into H3. He's going to be low on resources. And meanwhile, you know, Spain has had time to get infrastructure down, get 2 Falcons out, and he might be able to use that and get across the middle of the map, maybe even retake some of those trading posts.
Yeah, as Moonshine points out, though, Rifle Riders counter like most of Consensus's army, and yeah, okay, he's gonna ship him, make him first thing. Still poking around with Axe Riders, love it. He's trying to find a Strayville and see that there's not a third town center, say, somewhere on the map.
I mean, he sent 1,000 wood. It wouldn't shock me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is smart by Sipcha. He's not wanting to take this fight right away. You know, hopefully he doesn't move in until he has some of those rifle riders.
Yeah. By the way, I would really love to see elite Chetans here. Like, there's enough that's definitely worth it. But I guess he wants to make Wakinas. Okay, so we're about to have 10 rifle riders pop out, and then it's probably go time. When is Consensus going to see it? I'm sure he expects it, but
yeah,
he wants confirmation. He's so good at poking in with those axes.
Yeah, he is. And this is where, you know, one of Spain's weaknesses come up, where most European civs, they would see rifle riders and they'd be able to slam something like 8 skirm, 7 skirm on the map. But seeing as Spain doesn't have those shipments, making that switch into light infantry is going to take time. And in that time, the rifle riders can do a lot of damage here.
All right, so club's kind of useless. They just go in and die. Falc's doing incredible work on the Chetans. Man,
Yeah.
This fight is really going south for Zebia. Rifle Riders did shred a lot of rods and some musk, but the Falcons are still alive, and that's a problem.
Oh my god, those volleys were just disgusting.
Looks like he took the war chief and some axes to raid. I'm not sure if he killed any vills, maybe a few, but the vill count still looks fine for a consensus.
And now there's starting to be, a decent enough mass of skirms that, yes, the rifle riders will still do well, but, they will have to pay every time they go in and try to inflict some damage on this artillery.
Definitely. God, and rifle riders, keep in mind, so they are classified as both heavy and light cav, and they have melee resist instead of range resist, so skirms just shred them.
Yeah. And Consensus this is the second game in a row we've seen it. He is so good at luring his opponent in to snipe his artillery and then immediately pulling and getting free damage off.
Yeah, he's so good at that. Rod combat in, by the way. Kind of surprised to see it so early, maybe, but yeah, I guess it's worth it. He's got a lot of rods.
And it just makes them even more annoying, more hard to kill.
Yeah, so ZBS got to go and hang out in base now for the moment, and that's going to give Consensus a window to kill another TP and take it for himself.
Yeah. I think he's making the right move here, trying to push into the base with this much cav still on the map, would certainly be a risk, but going for these TPs, it's a pretty safe way to damage your opponent and also claim some of the map for yourself.
Yeah, and ZBS is going to go try to raid. He might get a vill or two here, but Consensus's vills are, for the most part, pretty safe. So, and he spots it early. Really well played from Consensus there. Not a single vill dies. And rods
this
are
is
there.
Lakota's MO. They want to be around the map raiding, and he's got enough of a mass of rifle riders that he can probably just one pop villagers at this point. But I mean, Consensus has done a nice job getting all of his vills between his two town centers.
Yeah, we laughed at the town center age up, but Consensus is making it look really good.
Mm-hmm. He's got such a tough composition to deal with for Lakota at this point. He's got enough heavies to protect his Falcons. He's got enough skirms to ward off the rifle riders.
Yeah, it's just really hard to play from behind in this position. Look at all those rods coming. I mean, look at the score difference, man. It's just over.
Yeah. I mean, maybe some sort of huge Vill raid pops off, or maybe the Falcons get caught in the open and the Axe Riders can get on the skirms. I don't know.
Yeah. This is probably just going to be a wipe. I would like to... So I guess ZBS is going to try to hold on for the unit shipment. I probably would have liked 3 Tokalas over a 9 Wakina at this point, but let's see what he can do with it. Skirm's going to poke forward for Consensus. They snipe a rifle rider. Well done. Falcons take out the corral. That hurts. So now just a single war hut to produce units out of.
And at this point, you've kind of let Spain get this almost unkillable mass of melee infantry, and yeah, they might not inflict a lot of damage to you, but they're going to be so annoying to have to deal with. And look they're just swarming in.
Yeah.
And there's just no way to kite this many rods.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, the rifle riders did do work there, but I think Consensus still just has too much mass. He's on the attack ceremony, by the way. So okay, he's gonna try to maneuver the rifle riders to kill the Falcons, but no, too many skirms,
Yeah.
and Consensus takes game number 2 over Zebia.
And Zebia's own market kind of playing against them there. It was almost like protecting the Falcons of Consensus versus his own cavalry mass. But yeah, just really, really well played. And I don't know if Consensus is familiar with Zebia's Lakota. I don't know if he knew that Age 2 was coming, but we were looking sideways at it before, but that early boom in Age 3 turned out to be really effective.
Yeah, greed is folly until it's not. Great illustration of that there. I feel like what we're seeing here maybe is that Consensus is just a bit more skilled than Zebia, so you can get away with that. I do wonder if in a totally even game that should work. I feel like it maybe shouldn't.
Yeah, there was a moment where Consensus was really vulnerable, and I think Zebja, if he had pushed in with that infantry, he might have been able to do some lasting damage. Might have even seen the TC wagon, could have gotten some sort of snipe, but he kind of just let that huge infantry mass become irrelevant as soon as both players hit age 3, and they basically just died immediately.
Yeah, I think this all comes down to, like, in the first game we saw a bluff where Consensus had that really age 3 focused deck, but then he made units in age 2, and I think we saw something similar there where Zebia was just expecting him to push out with Valks first thing in age 3, and then he didn't, and actually he was greeting, and then Zebia just totally missed his window to punish it, like you're saying.
Now give me Dutch. Somebody give me Dutch. One game. That's all I ask. All I ask. But I don't think either of these players are Dutch players.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Consensus play much Dutch.
Maybe we see Brit here from Consensus.
Right, so we're on Painted Desert, so people like to play no TP civs on that.
Yeah, not a great map for hunts though. That would be my one concern with Brit. I mean, hey, it's a great map for Dutch. No TP, low hunt. I'm trying to sell it, but I don't think I'm having much luck.
Yeah, maybe not for these players.
Yeah, maybe Russia.
Yeah. A lot of people have been playing Russia on this map, I think. I think Consensus has that in its repertoire. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at Consensus's stats here. A lot of auto, a lot of Spain. Does play a decent amount of Germany, though without a TP, I don't know how viable Germany's going to be. Quite a bit of France as well.
So we're waiting on game 3 to start here, guys. Shouldn't be much longer.
Yeah, definitely rooting for Sibja. I want to see him take one of these games here, but Consensus has just been playing so clean.
Yeah, I think I agree with Robot that overall Consensus is looking like the stronger player here, but I don't think he's so much better that Zebia couldn't take a game off him.
Right. And I mean, that is the point of the round of 64, right? That opening round is just to kind of see, which players match up well against other players. And, as we get closer, round of 16, round of 8, we'll definitely start seeing tighter and probably longer games as well.
Yeah.
What are the brackets looking like right now? Oh, no, that's the spring one.
Can you guys look at the round 3 and 2 at the end of the series? Yeah. Robot, I'll do that. Remind us if we don't.
Shout out to Robot, by the way. Uploading casted games to his own YouTube channel now. That's awesome. Love to see that.
Robot's been cranking it out, yeah.
Yeah, more YouTube options people have, the better, I say.
I still
Now we
don't
just need to
see a game. I wonder if they're taking a break or something.
maybe. Now we just need to see Kaiser Klein make his own YouTube channel. That would be probably the most entertaining casted game you could ever see. if you know Kaiser Klein's personality, it would be amazing.
It is funny to imagine him operating a YouTube channel. I just can't imagine it.
No, probably not. Maybe the Civ picking is just very intense right now, as Siege is trying to stay alive.
Yeah. Intensive pick micro.
Yeah. Kaiser does have a YouTube channel. No way. No way he actually uploads to it. Oh,
Really?
oh my God, he does. Okay, I'm totally wrong. Last upload 2 years ago, though. So, sort of correct and incorrect at the same time.
Okay, that's more than I expected, though.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we've seen Interjection make, well, sort of a comeback. Not to AoE 3, but it's possible. It's certainly possible.
Oh, is Interjection making content for what?
He just released his last video in like 5 years, 10 days ago. And of course, it was AOM. So
Of course.
I was really happy to see Interjection. I love his stuff. But when I saw AOM, I was, I did sigh. I have to admit.
I'm worried. I do think it's possible that they started the game without enabling observers, perhaps. And in that case, I think they have to just replay it.
Yeah.
According to the rules.
That would, yeah. I mean, we definitely couldn't. We couldn't leave the last game as not being shown.
Yeah.
That would be blasphemy.
If anyone has one of the players on Steam, could you like message them? There's got to be someone out there.
We're resorting to all of our techniques. Holy crap, horse feed! You're 1700 ELO.
Oh yeah, around there.
Oh my god, you're so much better than I thought you were. I thought you were around like
Thanks.
1500.
Thanks, I think.
That's awesome. Sorry.
No, I'm joking.
That came out as an insult. It was meant to be a compliment. Yes, purely praising your skills.
Yeah, I've risen in elo a bit recently, but I think that's just because people have been clearing out of the top.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm getting better.
Yeah,
Kaleli, if you can message Consensus, ask him if he's in game, because I think they might have started without enabling observers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think I will be resigned to being a 1400 elo player for eternity, and I've made peace with that. I think.
That's okay. I think having fun is the most important thing for most players.
Well, yeah. When you play 95% of your games as Dutch, what can you expect, right?
Right.
If anyone could find any of these guys' LinkedIn, we would be very grateful. Search everywhere. Look at Facebook. Look at Fiverr. Find their internet footprint.
You've improved quite a lot. Thanks, Syrian Marshall. Maybe it is true.
What is your main civ of choice nowadays?
I played Japan only for a while. I've been trying to play France a lot as well. I still occasionally queue Lakota. Mostly those three, I guess.
Coffee, that's funny.
I should really
That's
put my
great.
monitor on the other side. Or like
No, I love
mirror
it.
my camera.
I for the first time actually watched while we were talking, and yes, I turned to you, and then you immediately look away as though you want nothing to do with me.
Let me pretend my monitor's over here. No. You're
Yeah.
great. You're great.
I did subtly insult your elo, so I would understand. But Japan, so you are one of the 5 Japan players currently on the ranked ladder. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's me, Chiz, and Bram, and whoever else, I guess.
Oh man, incredible. Yeah, Kaleli's saying that they're either in-game or AFK. I would assume it's probably in-game, which, yeah, I hope they won't be too disappointed when they get out and then they realize they have to play again.
Let me just make sure that's the rules, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I've got the rules pulled up here. I can look as well.
Yeah. please.
Do I'm not seeing it. Now, if they, I mean, maybe they were smart enough to record their game, because it says in the rules that is also an option. And so if we needed to do a recorded game, we certainly could.
2.13. All games must be allowed, must allow spectators and no delay. Any game where this isn't true has to be replayed no matter the result.
We got him. We found the fine print.
Yeah, this is pretty worrisome.
Imagine it's like some epic game too. It's like some 40-minute slugfest, just back and forth. And then they get out of it and they hear that, oh, okay, awesome, do it again.
Yeah, okay, and Moonshine's typing to Zebia, so yeah, neither has responded so far, so it must be some crazy sweaty game.
Yeah.
Enrique Tunes 13, thank you for the follow.
Hey, thank you so much. How many, hold on a second. How many friends do we have in here right now? See, Chip might be busy changing his nickname to another weird name.
Oh yeah, the handle micro. Very good.
Oh man, Coffee, whoever you are, sir, your comments bring me joy. Thinking about what name we could use today. That's why it's so hard when I cast games on my YouTube channel. I feel like I never know who anybody is, and then in the comments they go, "Oh, that's this guy," and I'm like, "Oh, well, you know, he uses 8 different names. It's hard to keep track of them all." Messaging Gileli, we should DOS them by messaging them all at the same time so they stop playing. That could certainly be an option. AoE 3 competitive scene pretty much dead without the Germans. Yeah, that's also a fair statement.
Yeah, probably, if you got rid of all of them.
Yeah, you know, that would be kind of a cool stat to look at. Like, what are our biggest demographics? We do have a lot of German players. We have a lot of Turkish players. Quite a few Brit players. Quite a few American players.
I almost feel like there are more Brits than Americans, which is maybe surprising.
There definitely are, at least in the casting scene. The Brits do dominate the casting scene.
Yeah.
Must be those sultry accents.
Must be.
You guys can't see from your perspective, but Horsefeed is doing an admirable job refreshing the game lobby.
Every 30 seconds.
Yeah, he's giving it his all. Now, what other countries do we have a lot of players from? I know that back in like the ESOC days, we had quite a bit of a community from Japan. I don't know if those guys still play anymore.
I guess there's still Kosuko, I think he's Japanese, and there's that other streamer who mostly does teams. I forgot his name. Those are the only 2 Japanese players I can think of.
Maybe no, okay, yeah, because Kanisi's French. I don't know why I thought Kanisi was from Japan.
Oh, Wasasabi's Japanese. Okay. K-Cog, yeah, that's the guy I was thinking of.
Oh, China. Yeah, that's another one. I don't know why I left out China, but yeah, tons of Chinese players as well.
Right, there's a giant Chinese clan top, and plenty of other players outside of that as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
South Korea has 5 players in the top 100. Huh.
Yeah. See, I don't know where we got that coffee. Who won the epic Laz Easy Saguenay game? That was easy. After Laz committed to a, what was it, like a 30-minute H2? Oh, we have word. Consensus is in chat. He is sending us the recorded game for game 3. Which, let me double check this here. According to Rule 2.13, any games being played without spectator mode will have to be replayed unless otherwise instructed. So, might be up to us, Horsefeed. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're technically deputized to be tournament admins. Oh, Giggs is here, thank God. Let's see what he says. Let me test the rec. Yeah, Giggs says test the rec. Let's have a look off stream. You guys can probably hear the game sound. Close your ears.
No immediate out of sync. As long as you don't click on any units, we should be fine.
Yeah.
We don't want to spoil it.
It seems like this recording is fine.
Okay. Ooh, I think you guys are gonna like this matchup. I'm excited about it.
Let me mute my game sound. Yeah, good.
Sir Young Marshall, I heard French sounds. Huh? You might be disappointed, friend.
Yeah, so I guess we can reveal the Civ picks, and that is we can get a prediction going maybe. So consensus is going to be playing Russia. Where is it? There we go. And Zibia is going to be on Aztec.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Sepia, that seems to be a heavy Aztec favorite in this particular matchup. Am I wrong there, chat? Am I wrong, Horsefeed?
I truly know nothing about this matchup, so I'll defer in chat.
I mean, they're both pretty. They can both play pretty aggressively, but I would just say composition-wise, Aztec is going to have the early advantage, just because Russia has such a vulnerability to heavy infantry or cav. Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, Aztec does have that insane rush. Henry Knox also making a good point that Aztec really doesn't have very many bad matchups. They are very, very strong. Probably top 5 in the game. Don't want to start that flame war, but there you go.
Okay, the recording is good, so let's go ahead and get into game 3, Consensus versus Zebia, Russia versus Aztec.
All right, well, Russia versus Aztec on Painted Desert. Actually, a pretty good map for both civs. Neither really relies too heavily on the trade post. Sepia playing Aztec, Consensus playing Russia in the red. I don't know if you're Sepia and you want to stay alive here, Horse Feed. What build do you go with?
Yeah, I really don't know if aggro play works if you're Aztec here. I think Russia just makes a blockhouse in base and there's not much you can do. So I guess that means you probably want a warrior priest boom and then play fortress. And then from there, I don't know what that looks like. That's my guess. What do you think?
I think Aztec playing defensively is probably a good move here, simply because the pressure that Russia can give you early game is not going to be super scary. I mean, with a couple of Puma and some Untaunted Slingers, you're going to be able to mop up whatever Cossacks or Strelic come your way. And so, as long as he can kind of hold out, get that boom going, use that Aztec economy, and then just get out a spam of shock infantry, should be able to bowl Russia over fairly easily. But I agree with what you said. Trying to outrush Russia, yeah, I wouldn't. It wouldn't be the move I would make.
By the way, Consensus getting a combined 120 food from treasures. That is so huge for Russia, who ideally wants to 14 Villa Age with minimal idle time.
Yeah, Marshall's saying this game is Russia favored, but I mean, I could see why Russia does better against Aztec than, maybe against other civs, but I don't know if I'd say, I don't know if Russia has too many favored matchups in the current patch.
Yeah, it's certainly a difficult quick search civ, and even when you get to pick the map that you play Russia on like this, it still feels like half a civ in some situations.
Yeah. And I think Russia is going to be going for something aggressive, because you can see Consensus. He's already eating up both of his cows right away, and so probably trying to go for as fast of an age up as possible, get that blockhouse down, maybe in the middle of the map, or maybe they both just go for something defensive.
Yeah, I'd expect to see just maybe a blockhouse a tiny bit forward, like around here maybe, and a war hut at home for Aztec is my guess. I think this matchup, just early pressure shouldn't work on either side. Super aggressive early pressure, I mean. We'll see.
Yeah, and Consensus actually not getting the best hunt spawn on this map. You can see his herds are really spread out.
Really
He's
out
got
there,
one, yeah, he's got one in decent, range, but then you take a look at Sepia's map, and yeah, he's got 1, 2, 3 herds, pretty close to his TC.
Oh wow, I think Zebia might have fast aged.
Oh,
I
did
don't
he?
see anything on the ground, and he aged up super quick. And
then immediately sent 3 warrior priests.
yeah, so it's a warrior priest boom for sure. Like, we don't even see a war hut going down yet. He's gonna get the 700 wood for it, and very defensive blockhouse coming down for a Consensus right here. So yeah, it's like we expected, I guess. So Consensus hasn't scouted this yet. Maybe he suspects it. Would have seen a forward war hut if it was around there, so I think he might have a good idea what's going on now. And yeah, there it is. Consensus knows everything now.
Yeah.
Already at
Sees
5 warrior priests, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And I mean,
really early for that many.
It's going to be strong if he can somehow get both his 5 vills and 4 vills out on top of the 700 wood he's sending now. I mean, he's going to have a really strong economy. And I want to know, is Consensus going to do anything to try to halt it, or is he going to try to, follow it up with a bit of a boom of his own? I mean, he's sending 700 wood, no 5 Cossack coming out immediately.
Yeah, 700 wood. Wow. Like, I might have even expected. I just never seen Russia in this situation, so
Yeah.
I don't know what Russia wants to do. We'll see what Consensus does. Of course, we do know what Aztec wants to do, which is to make a war hut. Probably send 600 coin next. He's gonna be at. Actually, no. You send villagers with this build. So you make your 10 warrior priests, switch over to XP, ship the vills, and then maybe ship coin and age.
Yeah, and if he can somehow get to H3 in, relatively decent time, get a Noble's Hut down in the middle of the map, because, both these civs do eat through food quite quickly, and so it won't be long before both have to start moving out and putting their villagers in pretty vulnerable spots.
Yeah, that's right. So steel traps coming in for Russia, 700 coin on the way. Still no answer to what he's going to do with all that wood. We'll see. Market going down for Aztec. Gonna ship 5 vills next. And we're at 10 warrior priests. 11 XP a second, that's crazy. And looks like Russia wants to age here.
Yeah. And, I mean, he's going to be aging up pretty quick. He's got a lot of wood. I wonder what he's going to be, probably maybe slamming down another stable and another blockhouse, or...
It definitely wants to get stable. I feel like he should have just shipped 700 coin first, maybe. But what do I know? So we should see... Oh no, it's going to be 600 coin instead of 4 villa next, so I guess he wants to age up a bit sooner.
Yeah, but he's definitely going to be behind consensus. I mean, his food count is really, really low, and it's going to be quite a bit of time before he gets the necessary food. Whereas, yeah, consensus, there he is. He's clicked up, and he's making a spy.
It's worth it versus Aztec, I guess.
Yeah.
You at least contain the war chief, even if you don't kill him. Eagle Scout come to see what's up. See what he sees. Sees the church. Yeah, probably knows there's no aggression coming anytime soon.
Turgan's saying 7 blockhouses into Hungary revolt, calling it first. Shout out to Turgan, by the way. Best finder of good replays that I know in our entire community. Guy knows how to find good games.
Oh, you know what? I think we have an answer for what he's going to do with all that wood. Do you see?
Oh, yes. Okay, Surovov reforms. I love it. So he's going to be aging up with 17 Strelet. Going to probably be sending 13 while he's aging up, making only Strelet. I love this build.
Yeah.
I've been seeing it a lot in team games where, Russia teams with someone like Lakota, and they just go Surovov reform and get like 70 muskets at the 9-minute mark. And if Aztec doesn't see this coming, this could be devastating, because they will rip down every building in his base. And there's not that there's not a lot that Aztec can do to counter that quickly.
Ooh, Spy getting a few whacks off, but not enough to kill the war chief. Still though, that's 150 HP.
Oh man, this game just got so much more exciting. I love this build.
Yeah, so I think Zebia did see the first batch of Strelets, but other than that, doesn't know what's going on. Of course, he does see that card in deck. Oh, and there he sees all the Strelets, so he probably has a good idea what's coming now.
Yeah.
Be curious to see how he reacts. Yeah,
maybe try to put a wall up between those 2 plateaus. Just try to buy yourself a little time to get some Montantans out.
Yeah, or even like right here between the market and the plateau. Okay, Noble Hut's going down. That's going to help a lot. Consensus going to poke in here. This is not his timing yet, though. Just wants to get some info. Maybe pick up a vill or 2. Yep. Vet Musk coming in. Yep, it's time.
And how many Strelets does he currently have?
76.
Oh my god.
That's about to be 76 vet ruskets in
what did I say?
Space.
70 muskets, 9-minute 30 mark. And how do you deal with that as Aztec? What does he have? He's got a handful of warriors.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. So yeah, let's see what's going on Zebia's side. This is making. Okay, I like this a lot because these guys actually do have a multiplier against heavy inf. He's gonna need a lot more of them, I think, but he's making jaguars and shipping coyotes after shipping 9 jaguar. Yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so there they are. Look at those ruskets.
80 veteran recruits at the 10-minute mark.
He's probably making more. Yep.
Yeah.
On Blockhouse. Perfect macro for this.
Yeah, this is definitely a well practiced build, because just the timing of it all is very, very crisp.
cute little stealth there on the Jaguars, but I think he still doesn't have nearly enough.
No.
Okay, Coyote pop to snare, and the Jaguars are going to go in. It's about as good as what Zebia could hope for. Hey, those Jaguars are doing work. Not bad. Would have been really nice to have revived the War Chief before that.
Yeah,
Or
but I
maybe
mean,
just
this is
died
the
on
kind of fight Russia wants, right? They want these cost-effective trades where, yeah, you're killing a lot of their trash units, but you know, there's just such a large mass that I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, yeah. Ziba really needed to clean the mass there, but there's still, what, 30 Ruskets on the field. And the thing about melee versus ranged is that from behind, melee just trades a lot worse, generally. So
Yeah,
you
and
really
what,
need to
you know,
keep a critical mass of Jaguars.
what does Aztec do when the 2 Falcons hit? Like, is he going to have enough resources to get Arrow Knights out?
Oh, so shipping, yeah, this 12 JPK card. So that's going to help. But otherwise, I think it's just macroed for Jaguars, probably, right? Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Consensus now start going back to Strelets. Maybe get out a batch of like 20 or 30 Strelets just to, you know, more easily take out those Jaguars.
Yeah, mixing them in seems like it could be a possibility, though. I guess he'd want to... Maybe he's like, I don't want to get vet for them. And they would throw off my macro or something. So it's like very committed to Rusket and Falc now.
Yeah, you do have to do a heavy macro switch to wood for that, so it might be more ideal to just stay pure Rusket. And now you have the Falcs. Should be enough firepower here, as long as he doesn't get trapped.
Yeah, that's still not enough Jaguars, and that engage was... I mean, it was fine, but... Yeah, there's just too many Ruskets. Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, didn't even sniff the Falconets in the back, so they are going to be able to kill these Noble Huts pretty quickly. And I mean, Aztec, you look at his base. Where is his next safe hunt? It's nowhere.
Yeah. No, he's out. Oh, I guess he's got this over here, but anyway, more pressing problems than the next hunt. There's all these Ruskets in his base.
And this is a lot of siege. I mean, not even, you know, take away the 2 Falconets, and these Ruskets could still tear down this base pretty quickly.
Okay, there are the Arrow Knights. I don't even know if they can safely snipe the Falcons, to be honest. I think the Ruskets just run forward.
No, and maybe I'm being too bold here, but I would almost say that it doesn't really matter if they do. I mean, he's forced so many reaction shipments out of Aztec, and eventually he's going to run out. You know, he's sent a lot of his scary stuff, and yeah, he could send on Tauntauns, but they're not going to be able to do anything against the Falconets if they stay alive.
Wait, how did he ship Jaguars again? I guess he like sent that card but canceled it earlier. I'm not sure.
Oh man.
But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, just
the
going.
Falcons are gonna die, but
Yeah, going pure melee infantry. That was just. I mean, I get what he was going for. I think it was a smart play, but that's just it. Again, it's the fight that Russia wants you to take.
yeah. Oh, chat. Thanks. Yeah, he used the big button to get the other Jaguars. Yeah, wow, what a build. I don't know what you do about that as Aztec, even if you see it coming in retrospect. I suppose there's probably a timing you could hit. But
Yeah.
Russia with Blockhouse and base, I don't know. What can you really do against that?
I mean, the one thing I can think of is, you know, Painted Desert. You wall between those 2 plateaus, buy yourself a few seconds, and just slam out as many Ententons as you can. And I mean, those Ententons, they're going to be able to kite effectively enough, and they have fast enough attack speed that you should be able to take out enough of the Ruskets before you lose too much of your infrastructure. But it's a tough thing unless you spot it early.
Yeah, well, well played to Consensus, taking the series 3-0. Some really cool decision making he had in games 1 and 2. and a cool build to close it out in game 3. Well played to Zebia as well. Consensus definitely a very scary player. Somewhere around 2,000 elo these days, I think. So
Yeah,
definitely
he's
no
looking
shame.
very strong.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Definitely like a round of 8 contender, I'd say. And oh yeah, Robot advised us to check out the schedule for the round of 32. So
Ooh, right.
let's have a look here. If anyone has a link, drop it in chat, but I'm looking it up otherwise.
Yeah, I agree, Moonshine. Just well prepared from consensus. All of those builds felt pre-planned. They felt calculated.
Okay, yeah, so I got the bracket pulled up now. So I Am Turk is in this tournament. I didn't even know that.
Oh,
so
really?
he got a seed, which had him start in the round of 32. And did Lop or Baus win yesterday? I think. Wait, do you know, Mr. V? The
I
bracket's
do
not
not.
updated yet.
No, I was just thinking about how much I'm going to enjoy consensus versus Lucas in the round of 32. That's going to be a good matchup.
Oh wow, yeah. Lucas is a very scary player. That should be a good one.
He was gone recently, wasn't he? He's kind of recently coming back.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much of Lucas L recently, so yeah, I think Lucas L in his prime is generally a bit better than consensus, but maybe he'll be a bit rusty and that'll keep it close.
Yeah, I mean Lionheart versus Soldier. That's going to be another one that'll be fun to watch. The American versus the Brit. Man,
Yep.
it's going to be tough to choose who to root for there. But yeah, I mean the round of 32 is looking stacked. Yeah, we even have we have Azak getting a bye too.
Oh
We got
yeah.
Chef, we got Swisher, Look Tom. Yeah, I mean we just got a ton of great players.
And we've got Easy versus Chef Sudiste 2. Yeah, Chef Sudiste infamous for his very passive, greedy play. So
Yeah.
it'll be cool to see Easy's more aggressive style go against that.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting when you get past game 1 because Chef will probably break out ports immediately. And then I don't know, among the top players, I think Chef might have one of the smallest Civ pools. And in a game where you have to win 3 different games with 3 different Civs, it's gonna be a tough deal.
Yeah. Sorry, Moonshine. Yeah, you're right. Lucas L in his prime is a top 10 player. Please don't compare him to one of these two players. Okay, my apologies. He is a
I don't
good
know,
player.
man. I mean, Lucas is an amazing player, but consensus, I would not count him out yet. From what I saw today, this was really, really crisp play.
Yeah, yeah. If Lucas is having a bad day, I think there's a possibility consensus could do something there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, stay tuned for the round of 32, guys. The schedule should be coming out shortly. That does it for the round of 64. Thank you all for tuning in. That's it for today, also. Thank you, Mr. V, for casting with me. That was great. And sorry
Hey,
about the
thank you.
production issues at the beginning of the stream, everyone.
No, I hats off to you, man. I mean, I only had to do one series. You're the one that was, a champ and marathon through 2 of them. But yeah, just one more thing, guys. The round of 32 will switch to best of 7. So if you're wondering about that, those series do get larger from here on out. And then I think it's either in the finals or the semifinals we switch to best of 9. I'm not sure.
Yeah, does anyone want to stream now? Now that we're done. See a lot of suggestions in the chat. Anyone? Give it a minute. Come on,
Hold on, let me
someone,
check to
someone,
see.
take over. Keep it going.
Well, yeah, I'm checking to see who's casting. I think well, wasn't Widgie just going live?
Yeah, on the other game though. The other game we haven't talked
Ah, AOM.
about. Boo.
I mean, I'm happy. I love that AOM got a remaster, but man, stealing all of my favorite creators.
Kaleli, why don't you go live? Meeting in an hour on a Sunday? I guess it's... Wait, isn't it evening in... Well, I won't question Chloe's life. Wow, there's really no one.
No. I mean, if I knew more about the production side, I'd be volunteering to just cast some random games, but I don't feel confident enough in my ability to run a Twitch stream. It'd be technical difficulties times 10.
Yeah, I think people, the admins want to keep this ESOC TV account for tournament content only. Anyway. Wait, Robot, you're going to do it? Yes.
Hey,
Thank God.
love that.
Saving the day. Okay, guys, enjoy Robot's stream. Stay tuned for the round 32. Thanks for tuning in today. Please consider donating or subbing if you haven't. That keeps the prize pool big and the game's great. Thanks again. Enjoy Robot.
Thanks, guys.